wildest rugby league dreams can come true. This is America's playground, but tonight it belongs to the NRL and the Super League. You can see the fans, they are making their way. This is the star attraction, a triple header at Allegiant Stadium. The game is going global and the league has lit up Las Vegas again.
Las Vegas, the city of dreams, where the possibilities are endless. And the only limit is your imagination.
Come on! Yeah!
For the third year running, this is where the National Rugby League has daringly chosen to kick off its premiership season.
They're back in town!
Our amazing game played out in a faraway theatre.
Here they come!
In Las Vegas, for heaven's sake, the land of eternal Saturday nights, where over the top is just the beginning. Sunday, a Fox League exclusive triple header.
OKR on the charge!
Following Hull Kingston Rovers and Leeds Rhinos, the big league takes centre stage. First up, it's the Knights and the Cowboys.
Oh, here we go.
Newcastle, a beachside city that somehow perfectly reflects its people. A wonder built on industry, coal and plain hard work. With new buy Dylan Brown, an understated coach in Justin Holbrook, and this very familiar superstar, one and only Kalen Ponga.
He can score and try in a big game.
What about him? And yes, how about this other lot? A world away, North Queensland. The Cowboys. Tommy Dean, Sharp Az, and the brilliant Scott Drinkwater.
The Cowboys from the centre. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
How about them Cowboys?
An outfit right at home in this city of dreams. Next up, it's Dragons and the Bulldogs. It's impossible to tell you about the Bulldogs without first telling you about their culture, their people, how it's one big celebration down through the generations, how they carry one another through premierships and player powerhouses, present and past. Champion players like current captain Stephen Crichton. Yeah, to be honest, they don't make players like this anymore.
Oi! You having a party without me?
Like Barber, the great Terry Lamb. Didn't he know how to have fun? Still does. And finally, the Dragons, the Red V. Captain Clint Gutherson, Damien Cook, quick as a flash, Val Holmes, and this fella, Jaden Sewer. Can't he go?
But the Saints go marching in!
What a way to kick off 2026. The NRL back in Vegas.
Viva Rugby League!
Daring to dream the biggest of dreams.
Let's go!
Right here on Fox League.
Well, Rugby League definitely belongs under the bright lights of the entertainment capital of the world. Look at these fans. There are 12,000 from the UK, 20,000 plus from Australia, all making the world's greatest road trip towards Allegiant Stadium. We are in a world-class facility. Welcome to Fox League in Las Vegas, brought to you by Macca's, and a warm welcome to our world-class experts, Braith Anasta, Matty Johns, Gordon Tallis. We are back for a third year. I can't believe it. It is getting bigger and better and brighter and more bold, more audacious every year. Matty, how has Rugby League upped the stakes again?
Well, Vonnie, I think the first year we came here, people didn't know quite what to expect. And that first one was unbelievable. Last year was bigger. I reckon the barometer, it's Fremont Street, the fan night, and the other night, that was insane. And you see now the whole KR fans just arriving. I reckon last year went a little bit better, of course, of the English fans.
Yeah.
When every time Wigan scored, they poured grog on their head. And as a consequence, they ran out of grog at half-time in the last game. It was a tragedy.
And the Hull KR fans, Gordy, they have made the atmosphere sensational. We went down to Fremont Street. The fan fest was just heaving. And could tell fans will travel literally around the planet just to be there to catch a glimpse of their favourite players. Those sort of scenes saturated in the neon lights of old Vegas. It's just delicious.
Well, we even heard Peter V'landys say that our fans have to pick up the rack. The English fans, they add so much spice. They've got a full trophy cabinet now. They're still partying from their World Club Challenge win, and yeah, the English fans make this so special.
It's got bigger and better every year. I mean,
Absolutely.
Those images we haven't seen before in our game. You talk about the Rugby League schedule and the games that we have with Origin, Grand Finals, and we had Stephen Crichton on NRL 360 only the other night, and he compared this to that. It is surreal. I mean, it's surreal for us to be here and working on this panel. Imagine the players, imagine the fans coming across the globe to see Rugby League at its best. It's been a magical week, and now it's time for the main event.
Make it like, you know what, our game is so tribal, right? But they put down their weapons. So you walk the streets, there's Dogs and Dragons fans, everybody's hugging, everybody's having a good time. And I was lining up last night to get a drink. I went and watched the Eagles, and an Aussie fan didn't know, and he was selling our game to the Americans, selling, it's so good, there's no timeouts, there's no pads, so the fans are selling our
And I tell you what, the players are great. Like, you know, I was watching Fremont Street the other night, and the players are getting up dancing, and if you did that in the 90s, you'd never live it down.
No.
It's not just the fans who buy in, the players do as well, as you mentioned, but when they step out here, Braith, they know that all lights are on them, and we've seen some magic moments over the last couple of years, and men who want to step up and deliver an iconic play.
The bigger the moments, the brighter the lights, the big guns stand up, and we have seen it over the years. I mean, Reece Walsh in the grand final, we know how he stood up and delivered, but this is some moments from past times over here in Las Vegas. The big dive
Loves
from
the
Reece
spotlight.
Walsh. Doesn't he love a dive? Doesn't he love the spotlight? But he's brilliant. This one here, Tupou over the sideline. The Americans, Vonnie, they couldn't believe this. They'd never seen it in their lives.
That amount of contact, and then obviously the length of the field try got everyone up out of their seats. And of course, Nathan Cleary, a little chip and chase for Tungor. These were great moments that we still reference, but, you know, this might be a massive stage, but they're not going to be outplayed.
No, and you know what, Bonnie? There were a little bit of apprehension because the field is slightly narrower, but the difference is that what equates it out is the fact that, like, the field is bone dry and it is fast, so you can push the ball around, and that makes for a far better spectacle.
Well, first up, we do have the Super League game. It is Hull KR, those all-conquering Hull KR. They are in town, and don't you know about up against the Leeds Rhinos. And then we're going to move into our NRL, the season opener. We've got 2 NRL games. We've spoken about the fans. We're going to have Justin Holbrook on the panel very, very shortly. But he said this indoor stadium is perfect for a fast brand of footy, which is what you just mentioned, Matty. He can't wait to see that spine in action for the Knights up against the Cowboys. And then we've got the Bulldogs and the Dragons to round us out. But what a way to kick us off for the Super League. Gordy, you were here last year. You heard all the fans. And you know what? The quality of the game was magnificent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the English game, after going over there and watching what they did to Australia, like, they competed. Obviously, 7s and 6 probably lacked a little bit, but and then watching the way that they competed against the Broncos, I think it gives their game a real boost. And yeah, looking forward to today. And Leeds, they're very confident. So, like, you know, talking to Brad Arthur, you know, I'm on our show the other night, that they're confident that they can get a win over here, and Hull, they just want that juggernaut to keep on rolling on.
A little pre-warning too, the whole KR fans are right in front of where we are right here, so it could get pretty loud, but 4 trophies for them. Taking on the Brisbane Broncos, World Club Challenge, winning that. Willie Peters has been on fire with his team. They've got some superstars in their side. Mikey Lewis, keep an eye on him. He is an exceptional talent. He's their creator, but at the end of the day, they've got to back it up. They've had to travel. They've had some big games lately. They've had to come from London to here.
Can they stay up, right?
Can they stay up, Gordy? That's the big question.
They've had a couple of really big wins, and then we spoke to Willie, and he goes, Gordy, they're playing in Vegas. Mate, if you're not up for this game, you're never going to be up for a game.
It's a club with amazing history, but the last 12 to 18 months has been the greatest period in that club's history. Like, Hull Kingston Rovers have been, you know, they've had their ups and downs in the last 30, 40 years, mainly downs, but to win the 4 trophies has just been unbelievable. I said last night on 3C, they'll be talking about this side for 50 years. It's been an amazing time for them.
Well, we are waiting to officially get underway because we are in rugby league territory here at Allegiant Stadium. Up next, we're going to talk to Brad Arthur, who is the head coach of the Leeds Rhinos. It is live and exclusive right here on Fox League.
Live from Las Vegas, Nevada, we're here at Allegiant Stadium with Hull KR coach Willie Peters. Grew up in the South Sydney area, rugby league in your blood. Did you ever think that rugby league take you to Allegiant Stadium?
Mate, never. It's been unbelievable. The week has been really special. You hear a lot about it, but you've got to experience it to see what it's all about. The other night there was 20,000 people there. We're going to get 20-odd thousand to ours, and then obviously 50 as the day progresses. But yeah, really special event.
Willie, you won 4 trophies in the last 12 months. Basically, you've just won everything that's on offer. What's your coaching style? What's the secret sauce?
Oh, it's not my style. Look, you got to have good people around you, and you've got to have people that want to work hard. And I think if you've got that, those two things, it's a pretty good start. Obviously, a lot goes into it, but the main thing is just having people that work hard and they're good people, and I think it can bring some success.
Now, Mikey Lewis is your key man. He's a guy that's been front and centre of everything you've won in the last 12 months. What makes him such a special player, and what do you want to see from him tonight?
Yeah, he's a runner, so I want to see him run the ball. His ball playing's getting better, but he's known for being a runner of the football. So probably in the Ashes, we didn't see that. England didn't see that. Last week, he started to run the ball a lot more. But his most important thing is get his defence right. As a half, if you get that right and you get your kicking game, your attack seems to come off the back of it.
Now, you deserve a lot of success over a lot of the last 12 months, a lot of accolades, but there is a guy back on the panel, Braithen Astor, that is claiming a lot of it. Do you have anything to say about that?
He's the best looking man in Vegas. Yeah, he's looking fit too. Good man, Braith.
Back to you, Vaughn.
Oh my goodness, what a drive-by on you.
Has anyone noticed that Cooper thinks that he's getting funnier every time he's on air now?
It was great to hear from Willie Peters. He's had an immaculate coaching record, what Hull KR have been able to do, and we'll talk about their achievements in a moment. But we just need to remind everyone back at home who are joining us on a Sunday morning, the NRL is back in business also today. We have the Knights, the Cowboys, the Bulldogs and the Dragons. No one has done Vegas any bigger than the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. I cannot wait for their fans to start streaming in here to Allegiant Stadium. But, Matty, just back on Willie Peters. They have all of the trophies. They have the most astonishing record. Everything that they've competed in, they've won. But I think the way that they beat the Broncos to the punch in that World Club Challenge, they were aggressive, they were physical, and they embarrassed the NRL premiers. They were like, that's cute. We're the Super League.
Do you know, Vonnie, and I said this last night again on 360, no one had concerns about Willie tactically. All people who know him, their concern was how he'd handle, how do you say this? Was he going to be ruthless enough? Because, mate, he's a sweetheart. You don't get better people than Willie Peters in the game. But what's really important for Willie, he had a long apprenticeship leading into this, and by the time he got a first grade coaching job over there in the Super League, he knew exactly what he was after from his players and what he wanted from his team. And he had his principles in place.
Willie's done the hard work, we know that. He's got the results now, but one thing about Willie, and yes, I'm his manager, but I'm also one of his best mates. So he is a beautiful human being. He's got a great family, and his big thing is connection. The players love him. He's got instant success there at Hull at a club that was struggling, so that he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Well, I cannot wait to see what he does. All right, well...
Welcome back to Fox League live in Las Vegas. We are moments away from kickoff in this triple header here at Allegiant Stadium. Hull KR and Leeds Rhinos fans have been in full voice, and it's a very good afternoon and welcome on debut in the Fox League team to you, Cooper Krog. Was it everything you dreamed of and more here to be here in Las Vegas this week?
Hello, Lars. There's no doubt about it. The build-up's been great. I haven't felt like this since 2019 when I retired. There's big game vibes, and they've got the nerves because you look at the week of the Strip all week. Rugby league jerseys everywhere, and it leads to Allegiant Stadium today. And sometimes when there's this build-up of atmosphere, great things can happen.
You have been lucky enough to play in some of the most amazing rugby league venues across the world, but I'm just not sure any of them match up to what we see here today.
Yeah, Wembley, Old Trafford, Suncorp Stadium. This has got a different feel to it because not only does the noise bounce off every wall here, the field dimensions are going to be shorter, 5 metres shorter in terms of length and width. which players will have to get their bearing and get things right, centimetre perfect.
Well, we are putting rugby league on the world map, aren't we? That's what we're in the business of here in Las Vegas. Some incredible playmakers on show. Who are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, Dylan Brown at a new team, Dan Atkinson for the Dragons for the first time. So naturally, they're going to be the combination that's going to lack the cohesive and repetition. So I like naturally that the Cowboys and the Dogs have got their advantage. But when it comes to the playmakers with the short field, you're going to have to play straight. If they try and go around them, I don't think that's going to be effective. So I think the ball players need to run. I'm expecting Galvin and Burton to play really well today with Drinkwater and Dearden.
Well, we want to see fast-paced rugby league. We want to show the best that our athletes have to offer. So at the end of today, who would you like to think will really capture the hearts and minds of the locals?
I'll give you 195 centimetres, 116 kilograms. He's going to have the mohawk with the blonde tips too. Viliami Kikau is devastating both sides of the ball. He'll come up with a big play, and I'm pretty certain I'd be terrified if I was Atkinson or Kyle Flanagan today.
He has the mohawk back, and that is his superpower, isn't it? Well, Cooper, we cannot wait now for kickoff. As I said, Leeds Rhinos fans are right behind us. They have been in full voice, and the Super League Bonnie has just added so much to this experience.
Thank you very much, Lars. Yes, of course, we do love the Super League and their super fans. Welcome to Cooper Cronk to Las Vegas. He is a big game specialist. The Super League is warming up. That will be our first game of 3, this triple header. And, of course, we have an NRL round 1. We are in the business of winning a premiership for 2026. It is the Knights and the Cowboys, the Bulldogs and the Dragons. Matty, the Knights, I cannot wait to see this spine in action for the first time.
It's a funny one, isn't it? Like Dylan Brown in the 7s, you know, it's a big challenge. Effectively, he's a runner. Very chilled guy. I don't know if he's going to, you know, he tells me he's not going to feel the pressure. Alongside him, you've got Fletcher Sharp. I love Fletcher Sharp. This surface is going to suit him down to the ground. And, of course, Kalen Ponga. I don't think there's probably a better running threat in a spine, but someone's got to run the team. Someone's got to steer the ship. Someone needs to find the right kick at the end of the set. That's going to be the challenge for the Knights.
And who's that going to be, buddy? If you're the coach, who do you choose to have that dominant role?
Do you know what? I'm looking. I don't know. I think it comes down to Dylan. As far as direction, it might be KP. It might be Ponga. But I said before, Fletcher Sharp, I reckon he's the young bloke who's going to have a really big game. When he got injured last year, they never won another game after that. He's a really good footballer.
Gordy, it's amazing to be here. We've got the exhibition game going on behind us, and of course it will be the Newcastle Knights up against the Cowboys. Gordy, have you noticed how many North Queensland people are here in town for this? There is a lady who got Tom Dearden's signature tattooed on her arm. They have turned up
They just said arm.
You know what? The Cowboys, and just, you know, interviewing Todd and Ruben Cotter on our show the other night, they're serious. They need to have a good year. Looking at their roster, that's a top 8 roster in anybody's language. If you look at the Cowboys, Tommy Dearden, if they can follow Tommy Dearden and Ruben Cotter, they are, there's the tattoo there, but they are 2 great leaders. And
yeah. Do you know what, Gordon? My only concern about, you know, attack, so easy for the Cowboys, but they defend sometimes like they're just waiting to get the ball back.
But that's what their expectations were. Talking to Todd, that's what they've worked the whole pre-season, is to get that resilience, to get that hard edge about them. So we're going to see here, because against Newcastle, that's a side under pressure, and they got so much running threats. You're going to see how they're going to defend.
The good sign was that they took ownership of that. They know they're nowhere near where they need to be. Their defence was pretty poor last year. They've worked hard on that. They've trained hard. The players have brought in. They've done some soul searching, and they've got the roster. The new coaching staff, along with Todd Payton and their leadership group. Todd said the leadership group, Dearden and the likes, have really taken control. So, you know, they've identified it. They've worked hard on it, and they essentially have the roster that can really do some damage in this competition if they get it right.
Top 4.
We've seen them do it at rep level.
Top 4 side. Yeah.
The Bulldogs and the Dragons, that will round us out for today. The Doggies have been everywhere. They have seen every sight and sound of Vegas. They've been here for 10 days and they've done it magnificently. The only thing bigger is their expectations leading into this season. They were so good last year. They faded in the finals, but they obviously want to go far deeper in 2026.
I'm so excited for the Bulldogs this year. Their fans are here in force, and they are too, and so they should be. Let's not forget, they finished 3rd last year, or around about that position. Yeah, they fell off a cliff a little bit at the end of the year, but they haven't been doing that for a long period of time. They're back in the limelight now. They're being consistent. They've got high standards. They've got a high-quality team. Yeah, we can talk about their halves and whether Burton and Galvin are going to work or not, but I even think regardless, they've got an ultra-competitive team with strike power all across the park, and yeah, they've got to refine that combination, and hopefully they do. But even if it's not there yet, they're still a good enough team to make a top 4. That's how I see the Dogs. Their defence is amazing, and it has been for the past couple of seasons. That's how you win premierships. They've made these big calls over the last couple of years and changes because they just want to go to that extra level. They need that extra piece of the puzzle to get there. But at the end of the day, if the big guns don't stand up this year and Brisbane and Penrith and all those teams don't deliver, the Bulldogs will be there. They'll be there regardless, and they'll be dangerous all year.
If you had Lockie Galvin to work with, what would be some skills that you would say, hey, this is what we need to see from you early in the season?
I'd just tell Lockie to just slow down a little bit. You know, sometimes he's, rapid fire, and that's part of being a young player. Just play a little straighter. Oftentimes it's not flowed out the back, and he just tends to skim sometimes. Just slow up a little bit, play a little straighter, create more room for the blokes on the outside.
For me, it's how they deal with their expectations. Last year, I thought that they surprised everybody, but now everybody knows that the Dogs are there, right? And they got a spine now that can compete. And they bought Lockie Galvin because they know that he's going to be the business at the end of the year. So the Dogs, they're hard. You've never played an easy side against them. The Dogs are barking again, but it's how they deal with the expectations.
I just think, too, less is more. When Sexton was playing there as a traditional 7, they're on fire, right? They're talking up Sean O'Sullivan because he's done the same. He's came in and filled that role. Galvin's there now, and you said it, Matty, he plays across field a lot, doesn't play square enough and all that. If he just thinks run first, pass second, keep it simple, execute your kicks, good service to Burton and your outside men, that's it.
And Braith, Sean O'Sullivan, he'll be a great signing, right? He gives him a bit of depth, but he's a really smart guy, right? And he'll end up being a coach one day. He's going to help out Galvin and Burton a lot.
On to the Dragons, Flano said that the sense of occasion has hit in a big way. They've all bought into the hype, and it's going to be a really big moment for their new recruit, Dan Atkinson, who's actually starting halfback for the very first time in his NRL career. This is a big stage to step out on.
It's funny, isn't it? We're looking through these sides, not a lot of traditional halfbacks. One thing about the Dragons, they can beat anyone on their day. We've seen that. They beat a lot of the top sides last year. Consistency's the concern. They could pinch a result here very easily.
All right, well, it is world-class facilities, and we have world-class commentators. Let's go up to the open-air commentary box with Andrew Voss. Vossi, you love this more than anyone else.
I'm a tad excited. I concede that. I've been checking the family tree. Do I have any bloodlines from Hull or Leeds in my life? I do like a curry from Leeds, so I'll probably go for the Rhino side of the fence. I get the pleasure of calling with Michael Ennis and this man, Brian Carney. You've had a hell of a week. What are you looking forward to most in this match?
Getting away from your colleague Matty Johns tomorrow. Listen, this is going to be a really high quality Super League game. You've got the quadruple winners in Hull Kingston Rovers, broke a 40-year-old drought last year against the Leeds Rhinos, coached by Brad Arthur, who have got all their fundamentals finally in place and have some thrilling players. Hull Kingston Rovers come into this one on the crest of a wave, World Club champions after they downed the Brisbane Broncos. But last year, no side caused Hull KR more trouble in Super League than the Leeds Rhinos.
I tell you what, last year I thought Wigan presented rugby league better than any team we've had over here. I think Leeds, now I'm looking at Lockie Miller at fullback. Most metres, most tackle busts last year in the Super League. He could be the Bevan French of last year this year in a few matter of minutes.
I think you've nailed it. That is the big conundrum that Hull Kingston Rovers have to solve. How do they quieten down Lockie Miller and his influence? What he can do, the unpredictability of Lockie Miller. You add that to a Brad Arthur coach side, and that's why people are tipping them as title contenders this year. Hull KR lost 2, should have lost probably 3 against Leeds last year. So that's it. Can you shut down Lockie Miller?
You do realise there's fans right across Australia ready to go. If Micah Sivo gets a 4-pointer, here's Sivo. Has that caught on? One Super League game for Leeds, has that caught on?
Missed the entire season last year because of injury. He's come back, he scored a couple of tries, and we got a glimpse of what's to come from Micah Sivo. But I'll see your Micah Sivo I'll match you the reigning Man of Steel, which is our Dally M winner, and the previous Man of Steel, Mikey Lewis from Hull Kingston Rovers, and Jake the Snake Connor for Leeds Rhinos. Jake has transformed his game under Brad Arthur, and he could set a stage like this alight, as could Mikey. Needless to say, Vonnie, we are ready to go. Let's do it. Super League just around the corner. You beauty.
I cannot wait, Bossy. He always brings the energy. What have you done to Brian Carney?
Mate, honestly, people in glass houses, Brian. He was walking around with 2 drinks last night, the old Irish handcuffs on. There, look at him.
It is going to be a long day. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Hull KR, they hold all the cards. They hold all the trophies. They step out here as World Club champions. Do they get the points over Leeds today?
The battle's within themselves. They got, they're sky high for the Broncos, and it's tough to do. I'm going to go for Leeds and an upset.
Well, if their fans have got anything to do with it, Hull are up for it. I'm telling you, that's noisy. But you know what? I think Hull. I think if I played and if I had all those trophies in my cabinet, I got the confidence to go out there and get the job done today.
Yeah, that's the big challenge for them to back it up. You know, to beat the Brisbane Broncos when when no one expected them to do that. They played only a week before that in the Super League and got beaten when they should have won. They've travelled from London all the way over here, and they've really got all the pressure on them with those 4 trophies. But I've got to back my man, Willie Peters, so I'm tipping Hull KR.
Well, that is a safe bet because we are facing a wall of Hull KR supporters. They are ready. They are going to be in full voice. It is Rugby League returns to Las Vegas, the most exhilarating road trip in the game. 3 games non-stop at Allegiant Stadium, all live and exclusive right here on Fox League.
Las Vegas, the city of dreams, where the possibilities are endless, and the only limit is your imagination.
Come on! Yeah!
For the 3rd year running, this is where the National Rugby League has daringly chosen to kick off its premiership season.
They're back in town!
Our amazing game played out in a faraway theatre.
Here they come!
In Las Vegas, for heaven's sake, the land of eternal Saturday nights, where over the top is just the beginning. Sunday, a Fox League exclusive triple header.
on the judge!
Following Hull Kingston Rovers and Leeds Rhinos, the big league takes centre stage. First up, it's the Knights and the Cowboys.
Oh, here we go.
Newcastle, a beachside city that somehow perfectly reflects its people. A wonder built on industry, coal and plain hard work. With new buy Dylan Brown, an understated coach in Justin Holbrook, and this very familiar superstar, one and only Kalen Ponga.
He can score and try in a big game.
What about him? And yes, how about this other lot? A world away, North Queensland. The Cowboys. Tommy Dead, Sharp Az, and the brilliant Scott Drinkwater.
The Cowboys from the centre. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
How about them Cowboys?
An outfit right at home in this city of dreams. Next up, it's Dragons and the Bulldogs. It's impossible to tell you about the Bulldogs without first telling you about their culture, their people, how it's one big celebration down through the generations, how they carry one another through premierships and player powerhouses, present and past. Champion players like current captain Stephen Crichton. Yeah, to be honest, they don't make players like this anymore.
Oi! You having a party without me?
Like Barber, the great Terry Lamb. Didn't he know how to have fun? Still does. And finally, the Dragons, the Red V. Captain Clint Gutherson, Damien Cook, quick as a flash, Val Holmes, and this fella, Jaden Sewer. Can't he go?
Will the Saints go marching in?
What a way to kick off 2026. The NRL back in Vegas.
Viva Rugby League!
daring to dream the biggest of dreams. Let's go! Right here on Fox League.
So I'll stay. Yeah, make it. Out the wrong tie! Hold the 10 now! Go, timing, James! Clear the wrong knee! Out the wrong Dean! Marcus! Go for it. Out the wrong Dean! Hold me, boys. Go for it. Stand now! Get it all! You're all off, Jake. The kicker. You're all 10. Surrender. Stand! Don't lead your dash! Go, Jake. Off that ball, come! Move now, Cooper!
Time in the NRL, no doubt they'll be needing to land those high kicks and get their kick chase down there to try and limit that initial contact and the metres that Miller can make.
Solomon took that hit up. First try scorer in the World Club Challenge. He's opening 6 minutes for Hull KR. Miller's underneath it, and with a catch, and smothered.
That's perfect execution there from the Hull KR side. Ball nice and high in the air, allowing their chasers to get down there and completely disrupt Miller.
You saw Ryan Hall on the previous hit-up. There's a little trivia point about two of these players for Leeds today. Both Jake Connor and Ryan Hall have scored tries in America previously in the Denver Test from 2018. That would be something, to be the first player to score in 2 different American cities. And the ball is across through Connor. First real attacking foray by Leeds. Ash Hanley ended up with the ball just inside the Hull KR half. Oh, he had to do a 180 there. Marcus Sevo at dummy half. Kick from Connor. Finds the grass. There could be trouble. It's set up, though, in the finish.
Bossy, just keep an eye for the Australian fans who saw a taste of him in the World Club Challenge and throughout the Test Series last year. Jez Litton, the dummy half for Hull KR, a huge rap on him. I think a number of NRL sides will be looking at Jez Litton. He's a wonderful, crafty number 9 that can create opportunities.
A welcome to all our fans through Fox Sports America watching Rugby League. It may be your first taste. We are here to entertain you on this Saturday night Vegas time. Down it goes to Miller, another good catch, and back he will run. So most run meters, most tackle busts last year in the Super League. Former Olympian in rugby sevens.
It was his ability to do something different and unexpected is that prompted Leeds' attack and fired up Leeds' attack. It's caused Hull Kingston Rovers problems last year. Lockie Miller's as likely to fire a 40-metre pass as run it back himself.
Our sideline reporter is Lara Pitt, living the dream today in Allegiant Stadium. You mix with the players, what was the vibe?
Harvey Norman, home of the new Samsung Galaxy S series. Pre-order and receive.
Of respect and are wary of this Leeds Rhino side. Last season in the head-to-head, they were the team that pushed Hull KR in their championship winning season. They beat them twice in 3 matchups.
Sometimes
Bring the ball around and catching them out in attack. Just conditions-wise, 27 degrees outside in Las Vegas today, 19 inside Allegiant with the roof on and heavy aircon.
Lara, as you spoke there, really good catch by Jack Broadbent. So not their first choice fullback, but we're not talking about someone who doesn't have plenty of experience. 31 games, no less, last year, but wasn't part of the grand final.
He was brilliant for them. He stepped in at positions when Arthur Moore was cup-tied. Jack Broadbent was able to step in when they had injuries to the centres. Jack Broadbent was able to fill in for Oliver Gibbs.
Great kick by Lewis. Sevo has tapped it in, and they'll just get to it. Taken back in goal is Ash Handley. Alarm bells were ringing everywhere there.
Boy, I love that from Mikey Lewis. Got great feel for the game. Hooks it back across his body in behind Sevo, who was caught flat. And then an awful hook towards the sideline. Sevo lunging to keep the ball in play. And a huge turning point now, turning momentum with his kicking game, Mikey Lewis.
Could have been so much worse, though. The security guard was the closest bloke to getting the ball, and Sebo, he was wondering what's going on here. Line drop out, good hang time, a little bit of argy-bargy there. Okay, come up with the ball, Vinchella. Oh, referee Smith detected a knock-on there.
Boy, shades of Mitch Kenny there in the grand final a couple of seasons ago. Ball tapped back. Landed in the hands there of Mitchella, the captain. Almost broke free. But they found a knock-on from the Leeds Rhinos, although they get a challenge here.
Okay. I did notice outside of Legion Stadium.
It's Leeds ball. It's Leeds ball.
Oh, okay.
It's a knock-on. It's Leeds ball.
So Leeds
Why have we not gone zero?
Everyone's on edge. I can get it with the officials. Everyone's a bit jumpy. It is not your normal day here.
Like we've never experienced, isn't it? Like it just gets better every year. Now that the Leeds fans in early, it's been such a great addition to bring the English Super League game here. It's ignited the whole day.
So the Rhinos with a job of bringing it away from their own line. Ryan Hall, oldest player in Elite Rugby League, now at 38, will turn 39 in November.
Of course, had a great spell with Hull Kingston Rovers as well. Leeds Rhinos legend, Super League legend, all-time top try scorer, but he was so good and so important in his time at Hull Kingston Rovers recently.
I've been impressed with his start. Cooper Jenkins, powerful there over the top of May.
Well, he was trampled, Tyrone May. Oh, that was a big hit. Becketing there. Croft bounced away from it. Levi has made a good start to the game as well. Connor and Miller, beautifully read. Tom Davies up in the grill of the Leeds Rhinos fullback. A kick from Connor, this time angled out to the wing. And Joe Burgess. What a colourful start to the season it has been for Joe with the publicity he's generated. Very much a Vegas story. Hull KR 31 out from their own line.
You're on your own there, Vossi.
Yep.
Be interested to see if they target Hull Kingston Rovers left edge. Broncos had a lot of joy in that late comeback in the World Club Challenge and had them in a bit of a spin in the closing stages of the game.
Tomomo just short of halfway. Jez Litton, player of the match in the World Club Challenge, and his stocks get higher and higher every time he comes on to a stage like this one. He's now the starting hooker. Left side of the ruck, the kick this time from Lewis. And Miller's not going to play it. They don't play it at all, the Rhinos. Still the last tackle. The door opens. It was like a hangar door that opened. And only just able to make the tackle on Lewis was Lockie Miller.
Should be a handover, Danny Levi.
He's got a little bit of Alfie Langer about him. Jez Litton, he's a little old school, but boy, he's crafty around the ruck. He's got great timing and deception.
Well, you're the best man to ask about dummy half play and hooker play. Like, you compare him with Josh Hodgson, let's say, who excelled in the NRL as an English international. Litton, you see qualities like that?
Definitely, yeah. I think Jez Litton, there's some quality number 9s in the NRL, but there's also some vacancies. And I reckon there'd be some NRL sides that would love to have the craft of Jez Litton come in. Little unorthodox, unpredictable around the ruck, but in a funny way still seems in control.
Brian, this is what we trade the game here in America. No helmets, no pads, they're strapping up, blood dripping down the eyes, who cares?
It is the most ferocious field sport in the world. I'm in admiration of these athletes. Although I played the game, it's gone to a next level, hasn't it, in recent years? It's just, they're exceptional.
The pubs staying up a little later on a Saturday night in the UK watching this one. There's 3 Pigeons open in Halifax, Brian, you know. The Rodney in Warrington. Are you able to confirm opening time?
I'm on the wagon.
Hello, wherever you're watching across the UK. This is your competition on show. Sebo to play it there. Levi, you just feel something's about to break open. The edge, the nerves must settle down shortly. 7.5 minutes in. And it is another sweep right to left. And Handley has been heavily involved. He ricocheted off a defender there. Connor is probably threatening to go for a run himself shortly. He looks sharp. Watkins 40 metres away from the line. Levi. And then pushed along by Cameron Smith, a good middle.
Been a couple of good reads from Gildart and from Peter Hiku so far, just doing enough to disrupt the play of the Leeds Rhinos.
Now the kick from Croft, more pressure on Broadbent. Leeds have got the ball, could have the first try, could, should, maybe, no. 6 metre away, the tackle count has restarted. Handley got to the loose ball, and an overlap on the left. They looked offside, it comes out to Sivo. Sivo, it's over! Micah Sivo doing what Micah Sivo does, like shelling peas. Men in front of him. Get out of my way. Sivo, the first try scorer.
What a perfect place to score for the Leeds Rhinos, and Micah Sivo right in front of the roaring reception of their home fans, and it was Connor just lofting the ball out to the far wing. Sivo at full stretch. This was the collision. They came down with the ball, offloaded, deemed to have been touched. There it is, the touch from Hull KR. Boy, there's another one there too from Leeds, got away with that. Then a lofted pass out. Hiku had to make the play when he jammed in. He wasn't able to do so. And then a rampaging Micah Sivo gets the first of the afternoon.
So, his second game in the Super League. 3 tries now.
We're getting a look, aren't we? We're getting a glimpse of what he's capable of. We singled him out as the greatest sign, the best signing of this season, because of course last year the entire season was a write-off with that injury sustained pre-season. So this is our first couple of looks at Micah Sivo in the Super League, and he's impressed so far.
We'll tell the family story in a moment. Jake Connor with a kick from the sideline. He has got it. 6-0 the Rhinos. But I had a chat with Micah pre-match last week. There was a beautiful photo after the game. His boys got to watch him play, got to appreciate what Dad did. They were a little young when he was in Australia. I understand Isaiah, the eldest, has stayed up to watch the game, so he's allowed to go to bed after midnight tonight. Well, Daddy has scored in Vegas.
Hello to him. He'll be very proud, son. Yeah, that's just, on one side you got Ryan Hall and you got this on the other side. Good luck.
Yeah, big, powerful athletes, aren't they? Look at Sivo there, just love it. Build of granite.
Brad Arthur said he may be 5-10 games away from his best on return, but physically fit. Maybe not the match fit, but physically in great shape. And Brad Arthur knows all about him from his time at Parramatta. So Rhinos are off and running against the world champs. We're watching it live from Vegas, 3 games here. And they're putting on a spectacle, these two sides. Cameron Smith, very busy start to the game. It is his final season
with the Rhinos. Underneath. There's the offload to Levi.
Now Miller, very positive mindset. Watkins rolls up and over the 40-metre line. Handley, the quick service from Connor. Palliser has been dynamic out of the forward pack for this lead side. There's a lot to like about the way they're attacking this game. And then a loose offload by, Watkins offload and dropped by Croft. Well, it's bright and breezy.
Pre-game, you heard from Gordon Tallis and you heard from Matty Johnson. Emotion was a big word that was used. Hull Kingston Rovers coming into this game on the crest of a wave. The Leeds Rhinos players would have been having to listen to this for weeks and weeks on end, where everything has been about Hull Kingston Rovers. I would say in the context of this game, next score is going to be crucial. You go 12 up if you're the Leeds Rhinos. Suddenly you start deflating that emotion bubble that the Hull Kingston Rovers players might have been trading on, Mick.
Great point, Brian. We saw that last year with Wigan, didn't we? Once they started to get going, boy, they really piled on points quickly. And that was the loose turnover there. Poor pass from Watkins when they were really on the front foot, put Croft under a lot of pressure. Great service there from Lytton.
On to Minchella. Yeah, nice wide pass from dummy half. An observation, the blue and amber against the Hull KR fans. The Hull KR fans probably got Leeds just slightly outnumbered, but providing a brilliant backdrop at opposite ends of the ground. And now Hull KR get their opportunity to run towards the heart of their supporters. Lytton going to that corner now. Dropped it off for Batchelor. Lovely pass around the corner. That was from Hiku. Almost losing his head. in the tackle was Broadbent, 11 metres away from the line. Put it back on Sutton. Off they go. The kick there from Lewis. Pressure in the corner. Batted back. It's anyone's. It bounces up. He'll claim the pride for the moment, Lewis. Referee Smith says knocked on in the air. No try.
Nah, the fine, mate. No,
He's a great finisher, isn't he? Out there, Burgess. And a deft little kick there from Mikey Lewis, looking for that kick target. Such a big man, Burgess, that time unable to come down with it, but no doubt they'll keep going there, Brian.
Massive threat, massive kick threat, absolutely. But the guy, he's got to be trying to jump over the top of his no mug either, but Joe Burgess in the air has got to be a target they've got to try and get to.
And a penalty goes the way of the Leeds Rhinos, relieves the pressure valve for the moment. And Chella makes the mandatory inquiry.
Interesting story about Harry Newman. Cut a word with Brad Arthur and I said, what's the transformation of Harry Newman who's just won that last penalty? He said, as Lockie Gamiller gets up and running, he says, stop claiming penalties from the referees and you'll start getting penalties. And that's something that Harry's brought to his game.
Well, you tipped us up on Lockie Miller. He's taken a quick tap already and thrown a 20-metre cutout pass on the previous set. So the unpredictability of Miller on full show here at Allegiant Stadium early.
Cooper Jenkins plays the ball 35 metres out. They're building again, the Rhinos. With one try on the board, they threaten to post another. Watkins has had plenty of touches early. Now for Smith. They are right in front of the post. 15 metres out from the line. You can call it the desert end of the ground. Well, there's this all around us. Ball comes across to Handley. Kept alive, tipped on. Here he goes again. Seaver! He's done it again!
Well, they're going to have to check these to pass off the ground for certain. Sevo, a mountain of strength.
Try. Confirm the Leeds player is on his back when he offloads, ball carrying arms not down, then touch into grounding, please. Live streams a try.
It looked to me as though the tackle was complete. It was a rugby style pass off the ground. I know his arm may not touch the ground, but boy, the tackle certainly looked complete. Sevo proving an absolute weapon close to the line. Have a look at this.
So Handley and the pass.
Can we just confirm a different angle, please, on that?
He's going to allow that. He's going to allow that.
Yeah.
Just the grounding, I would say.
This will do so perfect. So
I'd be surprised if he disallows that. I take your point, Mick.
But that's in absolute slow motion there.
Yeah, I'll let this. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't let this go.
Please, so play this through.
Connor.
What's grounding?
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Take it back, please. Yeah.
James Tedesco at home watching this somewhere going, yeah, I know that feeling.
Been there.
I know what that's like, trying to stop this guy.
Bossy's searching for reverse.
Yeah, it could be a fibber. I don't know whether you have fibbers in the Super League, Brian. We have fibbers in the NRL right across, Mike. It could be a fibber.
I
give that. That's a try.
Fingertip control.
This is one for each boy. Micah Sevo, unbelievable story here. A professional try scorer.
Yeah, please.
It's gone up as a try.
Yeah. Right at the Hull KR players are moving off the line there, trying to sell it, but you've got to disallow there, sir.
At no point does it look like his fingers ever
Anything else on that? Can we tell any different?
He won't be able to disconfirm the...
I believe the bunker's based at NASA. We've gone, whole hog on the budget.
Huge try if it's given in the context of this game. Back to that point earlier, you start getting deflated as a Hull Kingston Rovers player. And Big Maiko looks to have. Bossy, over to you.
Stand by. The decision coming through on this one for a second try to Leeds' new sensation, Mr. Micah Sevo. The keeping is waiting! Lock it in. Sevo, a double in Vegas. Who's to say he won't get 3 or 4?
Well, the ambush is on, and they've done a tremendous job of winning the battle of possession. 64% of the footing to start the game. There's Connor, just trying to create a one-on-one. Ball kept alive. He's had a couple of good touches, Connor, down this left-hand side. It's where they're really troubling this Hull KR side. Their right edge is under assault at the moment, but it's a possession. 64% of the footing is really taking its toll on the defensive line of Hull KR, and Leeds right on top here.
Tom Davies is not a small winger.
I was just going to make
that's
I was just going to make
the
that point.
one-handed fanned into the sternum, holding him off.
I was just going to make that point. What about this guy? What about the season he had last year? And Jake Connor looks to have picked up where he left off.
Rhinos for 12 0. He's done it again. Connor, like he's been kicking goals at Allegiant Stadium all his life. 2 in the corner to Sivo. 2 sideline conversions. 12-0 through 15 and a half minutes. Stunning.
Back to your point. What Micah Sivo does here, Tom Davis does to opposition wingers for a living. I want to look like a boy against a man.
That's powerful, isn't it? It's terrifying. Boy, it makes you enjoy retirement.
From Momai village in Fiji via the Gundagai Tigers through Penrith, Parramatta, and now Leeds Rhinos in a game in Vegas. That's a career path.
Yeah, a couple of the forwards for Leeds have really taken it to this whole KR side. Keenan Palliser, he's been strong. Really impressed by the start of Jenkins. And the man just playing the ball, I think he's had a tremendous start. Callum Watkins out on the left edge, he's been outstanding.
So 2 of 3, or 2 out of 3 last year, Rhinos over Hull KR.
Should have been nearly 3 out of 3. They'll claim it, Leeds. They should have won 3 out of 3, they'll tell you.
Miller wrapped up on halfway. He was going a little bit across field.
Yeah.
Field, of course, just a little narrower on the dimensions. But what it does mean is those that have front row seats, you are dead set smelling the Denko rub up the nostrils. I don't know whether they have Denko rub in the UK. Ball goes out to the corner. And nicely done by Burgess. And the set starts for Hull KR, 20 metres away from their own line. Now Oliver Gildart.
Good point you made, Vossi, throughout that set. Lockie Miller just finding himself a little lateral at the moment. I think he's at his most dangerous through the middle of the field with his power and footwork, challenging some of the tied middle defenders. The amount of work defensively Hull have had to do, I'd like to see him venture through the middle a little more.
5 short of halfway. I won't say they're in shock, but they were the definite front runners through the World Club Challenge. Such a wonderful start to that game, and then hung on. But their line was broken so many times by Brisbane. So Willie Peters, the realist, knew they had work to do coming into this.
Absolutely. I'd be interested to know, Mick, what message you would give Hull Kingston Rovers. You'll be coaching with St George later on in the triple header. What message would you give them now to get a toehold in this game?
Well, at the moment, again, their right edge is just giving up far too many metres, which is putting their middle forwards under pressure. I'd like to see a couple of early kicks again. We saw that great result from Mikey Lewis early in the game. Just try and force some field position with his kicking game.
Really good direct set this one. And that looked forward, left to right. Then the juggling intercept by Gildart. Jugglers I've seen on the strip, he might join them.
That was poor intercept there from Brody Croft. Needed to be better.
So, May and across. The singing is going end to end at the moment. Rhinos loving the 12-0 scoreline. And crowd has built up quite nicely with the supporters of the NRL clubs now rolling in, making the trip from across the strip. You can do pretty much it's about a half-hour walk from the centre of the strip. Ball across with Minchella. May, nice flat pass to Hiku. And there's Sivo in a defensive mode. Putting on the bear hug. Nice play on the last little dab through from Broadbent. Miller's onto it. His footing in front of the sticks.
All right, well, they've got Leeds right where they want them to start their set. Now they need to go to work defensively, try and keep them to limited metres here and start and just win the field position battle, Hull KR. Might need to go to his bench soon too, Willie Peters, try and inject some more energy into the middle of the field. Suaso, Sue in the middles, starting to tire.
Hanley on this run back.
Well, you know what you're talking about. Just as you say that, Jai Whitbread gets the message, gets off the bench, takes the bib off. Looks like he's going to come on.
A little slow to play the ball that time, but no troubles for Connor to kick nicely.
He's got a massive boot.
Yeah, he's not going to find the roof, but it's a towering punt all the same. Broadbent to bring it back. 20-metre start here for this set. Then for Davies. So at what point do they... certainly the more expansive team has been Leeds so far. At what point do Hull KR try something a little bit out of the box. Sue has gone to the bench. And I guess we look to Lewis to see if he can be the one to light it up.
It's not really their nature, Vossi, under Willie Peters. They're willing to go the distance and back what they do to drag them back into the game. They don't try and pull out that ace card too soon.
Last tackle was caught on play 5. This one down to Miller. So former Knight, former Shark. And now loved by the Rhinos fans.
So there's a couple of times now in a row where they've made Leeds come from deep off their own try line. They just need to stay at it. Brian said they're a grafting side. It's what Willie Peters has instilled into his men, and at the moment they're really starting to find some rhythm in this grind.
Back-to-back charges. Spirited. First Sevo, then Newman. Kick.
Love it.
Short of the 40 from Connor over the head of Broadbent, and it is a 40-20.
He's had a great start to the game, Connor. That's a cracker.
That has come over the sideline. What, a metre short of the corner post?
But he wasn't good enough to play in the Ashes. He wasn't good enough to be picked in the Ashes.
He's been the best player on the field to start the game, that's for sure. Connor.
No doubt. Third try could be coming. Leeds Rhinos off the restart. 40-20, you get the ball back. You kick from inside your 40. He found it close enough to the line. What an opportunity, Jenkins, to play it. Levi scheming, dummy half, Miller. Could Sevo get a hat-trick in the first 22 or 23 minutes? Don't write it off. Ryan Hall is saying out on the right wing, what about me? Next try is his 350th of his career. It's coming his way right now. Cross straightens up. They've got another one. Now you see it, now you don't. Brodie Croft in front of the Rhinos faithful. What a moment for their playmaker.
Well, this was absolutely superb feel of game from Connor. Jake Connor, tackle form, got himself into dummy half, rifles a 40-20, and only moments later, Miller steps up, finds Croft 2 passes wide, and just cuts hard off that right foot, slicing through some pretty ordinary defence there from a tired Hull KR side who have just put themselves under far too much pressure, slicing through the double right foot step. And the former Bronco, the former Storm player, Brodie Croft. Boy, doesn't he enjoy this one. Straight through Whitbed. Poor attempted tackle. And the Leeds 5'8" gets their third. What a moment for Brodie Croft.
Brian, reaction?
We were here last year, weren't we? We saw what happened. He can get away from you on a stage like this.
Yep.
This is the most magical of rugby league stages. But the Hull Kingston Rovers have got to be very, very careful they don't replicate what Warrington did last year.
Yeah. Brilliantly put. Brodie Croft has scored in all 3 weeks of the Super League. Try in the defeat to Lee, try in the win over York, and now try against Hull KR. And Jake Connor with a third successful conversion. An 18-0 scoreline, 23.5. They're almost beating the clock.
Right, it's been the perfect start for Jake Connor coming here. Big stage. A lot of pressure on, launches this moment, 40-20 out of dummy. Boy, how didn't he get picked for England?
I'm his biggest fan. I have no idea. Brad Arthur has transformed him as a personality and as a player. Brodie goes and gets the plaudits for this one, of course, but Jake has brought the best out of Brodie, and Jake is a very different player from the one that was at Huddersfield, the one that was Hull FC. He absolutely should have been in the Ashes squad. Yeah. Absolutely in the Ashes squad.
Okay, so far we've had the Man of Steel from last year, Jake Connor, the Man of Steel from 2022, Brodie Croft get their moment. Yeah. Mikey Lewis, the Man of Steel from 2024. Your team needs you. It's just outside their 20. The Newcastle Knights are in the house. I know they had their captain's run yesterday, but I wonder what is going through their heads. They see it now with fans inside this, the Death Star, as they call it.
Yeah, and just the sheer emotion in the stadium from the English support makes it even more heightened, the occasion. But again, we see there the Hull KR side just beating themselves, more discipline in the play the ball. And again, a great start here inside Hull's half of the field as they rifle the ball out to the far side.
Don't change what you're doing. They go there again, right to left. Sevo on the end of it. Hull KR's under pressure every set here. This is high up-tempo rugby league from the Rhinos. Big stage, and they are saluting in the occasion. Really impressive.
It's been excellent.
Jenkins, and quick play the ball. Levi off to the right for Croft. Support on the outside, just went short. Miller, by and large, have contained him well. Still a couple of tackles left here for the Rhinos. 15 out, lovely flat pass.
Trouble.
Almost through. And trouble on the left. You know who's out there? Watkins can't get it all the way to Mike Acevo. That's where the set ends. They hang on by a little cotton thread there. Hull KR.
Do they look, Mick, Leeds Rhinos, like a Brad Arthur coach side, or would you say there's an evolution in Brad's coaching?
Yeah, no, definitely. You can see shades of the Parramatta, but also, you know, Brad coaching to what he's got, and he's got good running halves there. You can see that Croft scored one already, but Connor's been out attacking the line, and they are self-destructing Hull KR. It is all the momentum with Brad Arthur's side, and an opportunity now to land another right hook. They're on the ropes here. The champions are on the ropes.
A big billboard out the front of Allegiant yesterday had no pads and no timeouts. I think Willie Peters would love a timeout at the moment.
Wouldn't he just?
Just reset.
Always a fear, wasn't it, Brian? Coming off such a high against...
And I understand the argument Gordy made. If you were a player for Hull Kingston Rovers, you say, we don't want this to end. Let's do it. We've had our wake-up call in round one. We lost to newly promoted York. Got our act together against Brisbane in the World Club Challenge. But they're looking like facing the same situation as Brisbane did in that game and trying to chase down something that's heading towards 30.
20 away from the line. And Croft, up they came quickly, couldn't shut down the ball. There's more trouble. It's 4-on-1. And Connor over the top. Steve-O, this time they get him. They contain the beast. That is not easily done. Normal width of the field. He might have found his way there. He ran out of real estate.
Yeah, they're in trouble again, this right edge. They have been taken to task in the first half, but great signs from Hull KR. That's championship-style defence, scrambling from the inside. Great work there coming across from... good tackle. Davies, yes, it was.
Yeah, that close in the corner. He almost into the hot dog stand when he went over the sideline. But all the same, what they've done with this stadium, it is quite extraordinary. Reece Martin taken back there. Bench so far not having an impact. Tom Holroyd about to get some football for Leeds. His heart would be pounding through his chest at the moment. Those middle forwards, they want to get out there. They want a big carry first up. Oh, no.
He's had a tough start, Whitbread. Boy, he missed the tackle on Croft. Came up with a fundamental error on the previous set. And unfortunately, the former Gold Coast Titan has just made another error. And again, after some great scramble defence, it's Whitbread that just loses the footy. And he's side back under pressure.
Callum Watkins all over him. Watkins has identified him already. He stood out in this first half.
Stay tight. Cal, get in.
Watkins at 34. And a couple of the tests on the Ashes tour. Away for Handley, so he's showing absolutely no signs of the groin problem. It was in doubt, of course. This is field position, an opportunity again for the Rhinos, who have 3 converted tries already. The start of a potentially magic day for rugby league here. It's Leeds putting on the show. Levi, 15 metres away, draws into defence. Charge! Slam dunk! Keenan Palacia! Is the put down okay? Now Lewis gets amongst it. The crowd go close to erupting. Try or no try, the great minds of Carney and Ennis.
Doesn't look confident, does he? Keenan Palacia. It was a barnstorming run. Just charged over the top there of Broadbent.
I know Hull Kingston Rovers will be praying it's no try.
The lad seems to have tried.
Okay, all right, well, he was in good position. Referee. Keenan Palacia has been red hot. He has been brutal to start the game. And he caught Broadbent in the line. Nice work from Levi, straight in the attack, and then just bull straight over the top of the fullback. Does he get the ball down?
Reached out towards the line.
My word, he does.
Something from the other side, please.
Well, if you give Mike DeCivo's try, you won't be taking this one
Slow
off
on
him.
this. Reach out at this point. Fine to this point.
That's a try, Andrew. Every day of the week.
Try. Anything else on that, please? Doesn't do much more on that. This might do more.
Absolutely right. Gone up as a try, he's got to give that.
Yep.
Back to the corner, so slow. Anything else on that?
Well, I'll just sit on the fence and say, well, at least he's broken the plane, boys.
But you're saying no
It's
try,
our best
Andrew.
angle. Okay, roll it back, please.
The hand starts to go to the side of the ball. It's not like it's downward pressure. It's,
Yeah, please, if you can.
it's in the process of losing control. Is that enough to take it off you? That's why they pay you the big dollars to try.
Our best original angle.
So if this was the Bulldogs against the Dragons later today, is that a try of the Bulldogs?
Slow on this, please.
It's a knock on every day.
Nice. Nice, Michael. Yes, yes. I think they're going to give it, but yes, it's a try smothered in a question mark, but it could be the fourth. Here we go, folks. Where you're watching across in Leeds. Get ready to cheer, I think. Yes, it is. 3 letters, 4 points. Another 4. Brett Arthur, the poker face, perfect for Vegas.
Again, it's the amount of possession that they've had in this first half, 65% of the ball. And they've just continued. That time it was Whitbread that came up with the error that just gifted the field position. Palacia has been powerful through the middle of the field.
Either of you is good at physics, either. Because how can the ball bounce that high if it's planted on the ground?
Yeah, it's always a challenge, isn't it? But when you go by the letter of the law and you look at the replay, his hand never came away from the ball. But you're right, Fossey, it was sliding off the footy on the way down.
This is for 24-0. I dare say, for these Rhinos fans that have come across to Vegas, who are living the dream, not in their wildest dreams did they have their team 24 in front through 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say this, with 10 minutes to go in this first half, we shouldn't lose a game if you're 24-0 up. If Hull Kingston Rovers can get something without conceding again at halftime.
Feels like that, doesn't it?
They're going to be underdogs to win from here, I get that. But if they go in 24-6 or 24-8 or something, that's a toehold in the game that you can do something with at halftime.
Yeah, Hull KR only 36% of the ball, only 6 completed sets with the ball.
And that's been their issue when they look at the first half. Just fundamental errors and poor discipline at times has just gifted the Leeds Rhinos field position up the field. Here's Hall. He's tried hard out of the backfield. Good carry from the veteran now up over the 30-metre line.
Well, certainly dominating run meters. What they've done with the ball is what is so impressive. More than double the run meters of Hull KR. Right at the moment when they come left, it's something of beauty.
Yeah.
They're just flowing with their attack. Pass play. Connor drives hard for the sideline. That'll do. That's a set. After points, go the length. Beautiful stuff.
He's been brilliant. What a terrific first half from Jake Connor. Come here with the game plan. They're targeting the right edge of Hull KR, generating momentum through that side of the field, gaining metres, and he's been in complete control with his kicking game, Connor.
His game was blighted by behaviours on the field, pest-like behaviour.
Yeah.
He's changed all that under Brad Arthur. He's reeled it on he's letting his rugby league do the talking.
So just on this rush of points against Hull KR, we're just trying to work it out on the back of the World Club Challenge where Brisbane were coming home hard. What's that, 44 conceded straight points there? 44 straight? I think...
You're saying Willie Peters under pressure?
Dennis is looking at real estate in Hull. I don't know. Little place over close to the bridge.
I've loved what Peters has done at Hull KR. I spoke to him in the hallways of the hotel here in Vegas. So it's great to see what he's done, and obviously a really good coach and aspirations to come home one day.
Lytton and May out to Hiku. Up they came. It was Handley who's done everything that could be asked of him. Bit of a captain's knock here. Ball with Davies.
Here it is, Brian. They need points, don't they? The next 7.5 minutes, they've got to find some points and some hope for the second half.
Lytton, left side dummy and run there from Carl Lawton. First year with the Robins.
First player to play in 2 Vegas games.
And Lytton's kick to the in goal. It takes a pinpoint kick to hold it up in goals this size. Yes, Carl Lawton
with Manly in 24.
43 minutes in the World Club Challenge. 115 NRL games in his career for Carl Lawton.
This is huge. I mean, for the context, all these fans, these thousands and thousands of Hull KR fans, everybody that stayed up home late to watch this game and wants a good game, competitive game of rugby league. This next 6 minutes will tell us what we can.
Oh, Sivo! Here he goes! Micah looking for his Vegas moment. What a run! 90 metres downfield. That is sensational from Sivo. Connor now with it. Here we go. Here we go. Rhinos. Ryan Hall. This is better than Copperfield. This is better than Osmond. This is better than the Eagles atmosphere. Leeds Rhinos, the entertainers.
Boy, how good was that? We came here looking to see Micah Sivo. He left our shores an absolute star. And boy, what a first half it's been from the former Parramatta Eel in a moment where the Hull KR side were desperately chasing points as it started to get away from the short dropout. And you just see Sivo come accelerating through, locks the ball into the right hand, and off he goes. Got through the tackle of Whitbread, Hiku came, got down, got through the tackle of Lewis, and then they launched the ball from left to right. Great work from Connor and Croft. The ball from Croft was a beauty. And Ryan Hall, one of the great finishers in the Super League, has landed a killer blow on Hull KR at half-time.
And a lovely moment. Super League's all-time top try scorer. Watch what he does after he puts the ball down. Ryan Hall runs all the way over to Micah Sivo because he, like all his Leeds Rhinos teammates, will know what Sivo went through as an import coming to Super League, getting injured in pre-season, missing an entire year. What a lonely and difficult place that can be sometimes. And Ryan Hall recognised who that try started with.
A classy moment, wasn't it? There's the Hull KR fans. They're still smiling, only just. Boy, Sivo. The Leeds fans love him.
Look at this. Ryan knows it. He knows that this moment belongs to Micah Sivo.
Through that one. Sivo, but for Ryan Hall, marked the moment in his career. 350 tries. Thank you. 249 of those for Leeds. Yeah, it doesn't go there, those numbers, Michael. What a player.
NRL connoisseurs will know how difficult he found it to score down under. It's remarkable.
In Australia in the NRL, 38 years of age now. And he spoke so well at Fremont Street during the week as the Rhinos go again with respect to the whole KR fans, and he was last there in the grand final in 24. He said, yes, once a Robin, always a Robin. He respected the fans, and I think they appreciated that.
Well, some spark coming on here in Jared O'Connor. People remember his father, Terry, who headbutted Gordon's fists in that World Club Challenge game between Wigan and Brisbane all those years ago. Jared is dynamic out of 9, brilliant defender, and he'll be painful for Hull Kingston Rovers as they tire.
Jared O'Connor, only man to make over 1,000 tackles in the Super League last year. 1,057 tackles.
He can belt him. He can belt him, Vossi.
Now Davies. All the singing is coming from the Rhinos now. So, local time here in Vegas, 4:45 on a Saturday night. Early hours of the morning in the UK. I should have mentioned, it's actually Willie Peters' birthday. UK.
Oh, yeah.
It's off to birthday. Lewis through. Back to Lytton. The two guns. Lytton's away. They get their try before half-time. Lewis and Lytton, they're not solicitors. They're stars and linchpins.
Oh, he's got no try.
KR, and he set it up, no try.
He's a block, they then use that space, mate, to go through.
Oh, he's saying obstruction. Well, there's no surprise the injection of Carl Morton. His ball playing's been terrific.
We've got no try, we're checking for a possible obstruction. So it's the contact there, so just roll it back please, you can stay on the spider cam.
That's okay, surely?
Well, he doesn't go into that space.
On this.
He pulls up.
Keep playing through. Okay, so contact is flush from the lead runner. The defensive line is then disadvantaged by the block.
Boy, the fact that it went up no try.
Could be no try, mate.
It's hard. It's got to be clear cut, doesn't it, to overturn it. And unfortunately for, you're right, the two guns, they got their moment, Lewis and Lytton. But to no avail.
That was a good angle, that, mate. Thanks.
It's been tough old first half for the Premiers.
Yes. Wendy, for your thoughts? Yeah, still enjoying the occasion, why not?
Why wouldn't you? What a privilege it is to be here. Yeah, scoreline not what they would have hoped for. Leeds Rhinos fans are ecstatic. This game will probably belong to them unless Hull Kingston Rovers can give us something magical in Las Vegas in the second half.
We go all the way back. Well, what's more, I mean, it's a double whammy. Leeds are going to attack from the penalty inside the 20 of Hull KR from 28-6 potentially. Could be 34-0 in a moment. Hold on to your hats. Okay, our fans wouldn't have a hat on for 1 o'clock in the morning. I've got no idea, but you know what I mean.
I think they're all here.
You reckon the lights are out at LKR tonight? There's no one on it.
Off the ball, James!
Alrighty. 15 away from the line.
6 again.
Levi to play the ball from Holroyd. Another set restart here.
First, get out of the road, KR!
This is an issue for Hull KR. It's more than that right at the moment. Connor, the ball movement again is swift. Holroyd, maybe one of the big hombres can come up with a try here. One of the engine room. Levi, almost lost. Was out in front of Cameron Smith. Just held on to Levi, looking left and right. Now, Miller, the gate open. And the referee doesn't even want to go to the video. He calls obstruction. Old-fashioned shepherd, in fact.
Well, the obstruction rule rearing its head here. Back-to-back sets for both sides. And just a collision there with Mikey Lewis. That created the space for Miller to go through on the outside. An opportunity now for Hull with a minute and a half. Boy, they've just got to chance their arm here. They've got to try and find something.
Well, do they have a trick shot? 90 seconds away from half-time. They get a penalty. That will help. That will help. So if they get a full set, they should be inside the Leeds Rhinos half. 28-0 the scoreline. Lewis knows the urgency. Wow. He bites off a lot there. What a bit
of altitude.
50-metre kick, 50-metre game. You have no idea what you're talking about there. You don't know what altitude is, Michael. So anyway, ball with May. It did. Across to Lewis.
Go with it, Andrew.
25 away from the line. Knights and Cowboys and Dragons and Bulldogs on the agenda in Vegas. The world champs are in trouble. Must get points this set. Lytton, they'll have the ball until half-time. Lewis, double pump. Backed into the line was Reece Martin.
Hurry off the ball!
Just claimed over the top. Down below, work done by James McDonald. Back in front of the post. May is with it. Steadies it up. Broadbent into the line. It was a stutter step. Took all the momentum off the play. He saw Connor coming.
Come, clean it up now!
Lytton to the left. Little kick. This is their chance. There was a bump. There was a bump. Miller takes it dead. There'll be no obligation to restart play. Leeds Rhinos more than mission accomplished in this first half.
Well, listen to this reception from the Leeds fans. Yeah, look at this on their feet. Here we go. What a first half from the Rhinos.
The world champs, they've been like supermen, but Leeds Rhinos are their kryptonite through 40 minutes here. Half-time, Rhinos 28, leading Hull KR 0.
Live in Las Vegas, brought to you by Macca's. The Rhinos have ramped up the pressure, and Hull KR, the Rugby League World Champions, are well and truly on the back foot. our best moment so far. You can see Brad Arthur there addressing his team. We saw the Marcus Sevo double. He is in a rude vein of form here in Allegiant Stadium, and he has dominated his first 40 minutes, but it's also been Jake Connors, the man of steel. He's come to life. Leeds are all over this.
They sure are. They've come out of the blocks fast. I don't think anyone expected this. 28 points to nil. Hull KR have looked tired, but on the other side, they've been brilliant. They look fast. They're playing with intent. They're controlling the football, and they're beating Hull KR at their own game. Now, you mentioned Connor. Croft has been great, and this man, Siva Cooper, has also been exceptional.
Yeah, big right foot here from Brady Croft. The combination of him and Connor outshining that of May and Lewis on the other side of the field, and they just dominated field position. Big run here from Keenan Palacia. There was some doubt whether that was a try, and Micah Sevo has been the best player in the first 40 minutes. One-handed catch, runs about 80 metres. Hull KR get all in around him, but then the Hearts combine again. Couple of long passes, and Ryan Hall, a supreme try scorer in the Super League, touches down 28-0, and the Hull KR fans are pretty quiet at this end of the field.
Very quiet.
Well, we are sitting in front of a grandstand full of them, and I'm sure they're going to have something to say in this second 40. But it is a triple header here at Allegiant Stadium. Round one of the NRL about to roar to life. It'll be the Knights and the Cowboys. Let's go to Lara Peter.
We know you're at one cool customer, Dylan Brown, but ahead of your club debut on this stage, it's got to have put some fire in the belly.
Yeah, look, truly hit me once we walked in. We've seen the English fans chanting, so there's a lot of volume in this place, and it's going to be pretty tough out there. We know it's going to be a tough game, but yeah, we're very excited for this one.
You are the marquee man at Newcastle, but tell me about the kid with the mullet, Fletcher Sharp, who you get to play alongside with.
Yeah, look, Sharp, he's a great talent. Obviously, last year, whenever he played well, the team will get the 2 points too. So he's a freak on the field, and he's shown that at training. It's just time for us to sort of link up, and obviously KP being back too. We've got a good spine there, and yeah, we can't wait to go out there and show you guys.
KP, Captain Kalen Ponga behind you with the headphones on. He looks dialed in. It's been a long wait for him, 8 months in the making. What's he got in store for us on this stage?
Yeah, look, he's been calm all week. He's been enjoying this experience. He's obviously my roomie too, and he's just been talking about how excited he is. He's had a tough pre-season, but we know the player he is, and I'm sure he's going to show that tonight. So.
We can't wait. Thanks, Dylan.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
For Dylan Brown, what a way to step out for his first game with the Newcastle Knights. But first, let's settle this Super League. It is 28-0 in favour of the Rhinos.
In Las Vegas, Leeds and Hull KR. The world champs are in trouble. It is a credit to the way the Rhinos have attacked this game. Second half is underway off the boot of Miller, and it's wide. That was not in the halftime speech of Brad Arthur. Little door opens straight away for Hull KR.
Mick Ennis, halftime we're talking. You just need some things to go your way if you're Hull Kingston Rovers. Something to get you back into the game. Either something you create yourself or it gets gifted to you from the opposition. That's a huge start for Hull KR.
Las Vegas.
That's on green.
So they have the ball 20 metres out from the line rather than running it from their own line. Bone-jarring shot there on Hadley Centrefield. Hasn't been as effective as he was in the World Club Challenge. With Whitbread to score in the opening minute. Would that be something? So Lytton and May and Lewis right to the line, straightening up as Gilder. Solid read from Hall. I think I can call him the old fella on the right wing. Ball with May. Set with respect, of course. Hull KR eating up the tackles for it has been 15 away from the line. Lytton, wide ball. May steadied it up, kept going. Hiku's ball appeared forward, is called forward. Not happening for them just yet. But
yeah, Brian, you must be impressed. A couple of times, even in early stages of the first half, Hall and Sevo have come up with some big stops, haven't they, defensively?
It could be one of the most vulnerable positions, Camden. You make a wrong read there and it's game over. But absolutely, they've come up trumps. Just a point on Ryan Hall. We interviewed him during the week. He's played on all the biggest of stages. He's played at Denver, he played at Wembley, Old Trafford multiple times. he said that well, he hadn't even set foot on the field.
Yeah.
He said this weekend, playing in Vegas, he said this probably tops it all. And that's in one of the most storied Super League careers we've ever seen. That'll tell you about this occasion, what it means to Super League and Rugby League in general, both hemispheres.
Ryan will turn 39 in November. We've just had Daly Cherry Evans in Australia turn 37 a week ago, the oldest player in the National Rugby League. But Ryan said, hold my beer. I got you. And there's a penalty to Leeds. That's not going to help the Hull KR cause at all.
Yeah, Mikey Lewis just called offside by the referee. Tried to get himself out of the way, but smart work out of dummy half. And it's the Leeds side who now benefit from it back inside Hull KR's half. And again, this discipline, it's hurt them this afternoon. It really has.
Halves have been good. Connor, outstanding. Croft, not too far behind. Here he is, sweeping them right. And on the run with O'Connor. Ball is on the deck. Referee's whistle went to the mouth. Now, big blow. So a bit of a misfire to start the second half from the Rhinos at 28-0. That can happen.
You want to build a story for Hull Kingston Rovers coming back into this game, as unlikely as it seems. Step up Tyrone May, step up Jez Litton, step up Mikey Lewis. You've done nothing so far. You've done nothing, and you're the most able that we've seen in the Super League competition in recent years. Now's your time.
Yes, not the aura of a World Club champion at the moment, but they have 36.5 minutes to try and correct that here. Every journey starts of 1,000-mile starts with one step. A comeback from 28-0 has to start somewhere. Why not a try in the next 3 or 4 minutes? Just dumped on by May, back in for Reece Martin.
Lawton's ball playing through the middle's just adding another layer to their attack. They need to find him more. Here he is.
Lawton right up to the defence there, that time right to the line and offloading. Litton kept it going for Lewis, but again outside in defence. Really good from Leeds. Harry Newman bound for the Perth Bears with that tackle. Now Litton, Lawton, and May just across field there. No one straightening it up. Last tackle, Hull KR. There's a contest in the air. They're key to points. Lewis will bomb from 20 metres out. It's 3 metres away from the line, and Miller owns it at the back for the Leeds.
Not a lot of change of pace at the moment from Tyrone May. He's the one. So you just look at the spark from Croft and from Connor in the first half. At the moment, he just looks a little one pace. Tyrone May, love to see him take on the line with a little more energy.
Already one big win today in the Super League. Yesterday, UK time. Well done. St Helens down at Catalans. Big win there. Darryl Clark, Kyle Felt, try-doubles. Warrington also 2 wins from 2 to start the year. Now Levi last tackle. Congratulations to York, their second win over this weekend. Spiral pop, bounces left. Now it's Watkins off the hand. Battered back. This is dangerous. Maybe knocked on the ground. Well, this is just crazy play. Where's this going to end? Miller's with the ball. Now Miller runs. Kicks with the left foot. Of course you kick with the left to the corner. It takes a right turn. That play is absolutely one out of bizarro world and almost paid off for the Rhinos.
Boy, the fans from Hull KR just launching into the referee down that end of the field. Not happy with what unfolded there with Connor. Did he drag the ball forward? Got away with it. And then the sharp, violent right foot step there from Miller just sliced Litton in half. The kick back off the inside was beautiful. Bludger of a bounce, wasn't it, for Croft? And again, the reigning champs under pressure.
I love that turn of phrase. The American audience tuning in for the first time, hearing bludger of a bounce. Did he say what? You'll have to come up with something else to accommodate our wider audience today, Michael.
Gotcha.
You work on that. Now with Miller. 30 metres away from the Hull KR line. I hopped in an Uber yesterday. He said, this is hot as balls for winter. And I thought, well, there's a saying I haven't used before. But that's what he said. It's been a very warm winter this week in Vegas. Leeds are 15 metres away from the Hull KR line. And And they are in search of try number 6. My goodness. Arthur might give them a week off. Connor out the back. They got a chance again with Handley.
He's in trouble.
Hiku's in big trouble. Staggered. He can't get to his feet, in fact. The kick on the last will come down in front of the crossbar on the fingertips. It's a wrestle. I don't know. Oh, there's a claim of a try. Disputed possession right there. The man claiming it was Harry Newman. Close call. Referee was right over the top of it. But he's wrestled for possession.
Just on Hiku, that was a really good read defensively from him. He mapped off, didn't he? Managed to clean up the attacking player. Might have come at some cost, but he looks like he's staying on the field. Geez, they look low on energy, Hull Kingston Rovers. Remember what happened to Warrington last year? Their season capitulated domestically after coming to Vegas and getting whipped by Wigan. KR will be hoping to get something, go home with something.
Hiku's been a bit of an Iron Man, has only missed one Super League game the last couple of seasons. Lytton, Lawton, May, and floated over the top. Joe Burgess, very few opportunities. Chance though with Gildart. Now it is, kick back in field. That's a take. Brodie Croft. That is a wonderful save by Croft.
Brilliant attack and just as good defensively there from Brodie Croft. Nice little offload there to Gildart. Went down the near wing and just tried to get it over the top. Had Lytton coming through on the inside, as was Tyrone May. Did well there, Croft. Had to make the play, and he did.
Rhinos away from their own 20. 9 minutes negotiated in the second half. Can they get back to the form of the first half? Maybe on this set. Audacious play to the left.
Gee, they've given up some metres, the right edge of Hull KR this afternoon. And they've really gone after it.
5-0 line break count for Leeds here this afternoon. And that could have been disastrous for Hull KR. Broadbent to bring it back. Down the Hull KR fans' end of the ground. They haven't, well, they don't need an excuse to sing. Their singing's been brilliant, but they'd like to be able to put on one of the songs about the players if they could. That's not going to help, as it's scooped up there. And straight away Leeds on the attack. McDonald, I thought for a moment he was going to run the 30 metres. Connor, look at this, defence into attack. Watkins with it, he's playing like a teenager. Watkins, he loves Vegas. O'Connor, 25 from the line.
Trouble here, Brian.
Croft, and back in field comes Newman. And on the deck for McDonald. He just had to swallow that on the deck. Not much he could do with it. And charging up into them is O'Connor. Look for Jake Connor, although it's Levi who gives it to Croft. That's too easy. The whole KR defence, they butted it off. They went for Smoker on the left side of the ruck. And straight through goes Croft for his 4th Super League try of the season, rubbing insult into it right in front of the whole KR fans.
Yeah, this was the moment. Lewis short pass, Joe Burgess, unnecessary offload. Scooped up, it just gifted the Leeds side more field position. Their errors and their penalties this afternoon have just gifted the Leeds Rhinos quality field position. And when you've got players like Levi, and you've got players like Croft, and you've got the man of steel in Jake Connor, they just punish you. And they've gifted them field position opportunities, and they've taken them. Croft's loving it at Allegiant Stadium.
Haven't they been sharp, Leeds?
Yeah.
They've been so good. They opened their season with a defeat to Lee, came back and beat York in round 2. This is their 3rd game of the Super League season. It's worth contextualising Hull Kingston Rovers league form. They opened their season as champions with defeat against newly promoted York, a side many tipped to win just a couple of games. They opened up their, of course they've won 2 now. They beat Hull FC and Hull Kingston Rovers. But this will leave Hull Kingston Rovers chasing their first points of a league season into round 3 for that, their 3rd round.
A Rhinos fans have full voice. The players are playing up to it as they go back to that end of the ground. And Connor has another shot from 21 metres out. 11 in from touch. They're into the 30s. 34-0.
It was an interesting time, wasn't it, for Brodie Croft? He came through as the understudy to Cooper Cronk at the Melbourne Storm, then headed to the big club, the Bright Lights of the Broncos, named captain of the Brisbane Broncos for a small period of time, but has ventured over to the UK. Probably didn't have the season, Brian, that you thought he could have last year.
Well, they were building, yeah. I know he came under great, with enormous promise after he had a brilliant time with Salford.
Yeah.
One Man of Steel, or again our Dally M Award.
Yep.
And a lot expected of him at Leeds, and he probably didn't shine to the level that people expected of him. But this is a work in progress, Leeds Rhinos. This is Brad Arthur now, second full season in charge.
Yep.
Development. You're seeing evidence now why Brodie Croft, Jake Connor, and this side are being tipped as title contenders in 2026.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, doesn't it, for that cohesion with the halves pairing, and it looks like Croft and Connor today have really found their bearings nicely.
The better Jake's playing his game, the better Brodie's able to play his.
Connor to Watkins there, just got a wonderful combination working. Last tackle, another very good set following points, and Connor's kick nice and high, covered up by Burgess, and down he goes. Another perfect set from Brad Arthur's Rhinos. This is Leeds Vegas. You're watching the Super League live. And the Rhinos, unbelievable scoreline, 34-0. You may have thought they could win, but this is of landslide proportions at the moment. And still Brad Arthur at the poker table. He's got the bullets there. He's got the two aces. But he's sitting there like he's got a 2 and a 7. Now Lip kicks from the 40. And that doesn't find the grass. Sevo was onto it. Can he get another moment? Oh, I don't know what I call that. Some sort of hurdle there to get going. Micah Sevo. You're in for a lot of fun this year. I don't think just Leeds fans, Super League fans are in for a lot of fun watching Sevo fit and healthy. Have a look at this bloke. That's one thing I haven't seen in Vegas is a hardware store, and okay, I might need a pickaxe to try and stop the bloke. I don't know where they're going to pick one up from, buy one. Or a bit of 4B2. So Cameron Smith, their centre, their middle has been so good today. More dangerous left edge, Croft. And dropping back inside for Newman. OKR not able to force an error out of the Rhinos here. Looks like they've clicked back into the groove from the first half. Last tackle, Levi. Connor launches another one. And this won't be easy. It's there to be taken. It's batted in field. Still the last tackle. It's floated over the top. O'Connor, you won't stop, Sevo! 1, a 2, a 3 for Sevo.
Absolutely brilliant. They've been patient. They've been meticulous with how they've gone about their plan here, Leeds. And at the moment, this whole KR side, they're in quicksand. They are struggling to hold on. Set after set. Again, it's Connor going to the air. It's a congestion where the ball comes to land. And there's Miller, sharp footwork, beautiful vision, rifles the ball across, the footwork, the left foot step of Sevo. Boy, what an athlete, what a return. Micah Sevo, off missing 12 months of footy with an ACL injury. Always loved the occasion in Australia, always loved the big stage. And he's relished in it here at Allegiant Stadium, and it's the Leeds Rhinos. 38-0, can you believe it?
You're going to have to reevaluate prospects for Leeds Rhinos in 2026. I said at the start, contenders.
Yeah.
This will set out a message to Super League. What they've done. You can make the story excuses for Hull Kingston Rovers. They play Brisbane. There's emotion. There's the Leeds Rhinos. They have demolished them here. This is getting towards 50.
Yeah.
That's incredible. This is a quadruple winners they're facing. We're nudging 50.
7th career hat-trick, Micah Sevo. First in Rhinos colours. And Connor banging them over from everywhere. So Sevo, second game in the Super League, 5 tries. As I said, you are in for a hell of a lot of fun. We called some great moments, Michael, in Australia.
Yeah.
Micah Sivo is just, he's in beast mode when he's on song.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. He is an absolute man mountain with incredible athleticism and power, and he's just showing the Leeds Rhinos fans what he's got in store for them in 2026. He's powerful, he's strong, and a great finisher. No surprise that Brad Arthur got him to the club. And unfortunately, they didn't get to see the best of him last year with the injury. But boy, they're seeing it now. He might not be done with 22.5 minutes to go still, Andrew.
Well, the running style is Rhino-like.
Yeah.
Very apt a nickname that he's of the club he's joined.
Well, there's a bit of a blue going on in back plate.
It's just a bit of Vegas fun on the strip. About 1 a.m. Nothing more than a cuddle.
Oh, beautiful. Here we go.
Connor just reads it so well. Doesn't overplay his hand. Pushes along for Watkins.
Yeah.
And another penalty to Leeds. I said they were hanging on by a thread. That thread now, what's less than a thread, Brian? You come up with an answer.
I haven't got a good one, but I'll tell you this, Vossi. They've never faced anything like this in their under Willie Peters' tenure. This is into his 4th season here. This is alien territory for Hull Kingston Rovers. They've been building and building and building. Listen, it's early in the season, I get that. But dealing with something like this on a stage, a defeat of this magnitude on a stage like this will test them in ways they haven't been tested under Willie Peters.
What about a back-to-back man of steel, Jake Connor? What a statement on this stage. I tell you what is nice about that, and the spirit of the late Rob Burrow here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, and a shout out to Lindsay as well, when she gets to watch the game back and the kids. Rob Burrow admired by the rugby league world over. To have a number 7 out there shining for Leeds here today, it means plenty. Don't worry about that. Croft on to Miller. Off his left foot. Of course, player of the match in the grand final now gets the Rob Burrow medal. Mikey Lewis won it last year. Leeds are on the charge again. 20 away from the line. They got a full set here. Levi's service has been very classy today. He's got plenty of football left in him. The New Zealand and Samoan international. It is a World Cup year as well. Levi back into Connor. Beautiful hands again. Croft and Watkins just held by May.
Like into the man. Nah, it's all part of the tackle, mate. Nah, it's just lost into the man in front of you.
Gee, they're asking some questions, aren't they? Nice set-up play over to the right-hand side, then all swinging to the left with Connor and Croft linking up. I liked that set to see Croft playing both sides of the field, not just sitting himself on the right. Getting both sides of the field, linking up with the half pairing.
You made the point, they've really gone that right edge for Hull Kingston Rovers. I thought it would be the left.
Yeah.
Because that's where Brisbane had a huge amount of joy as they came home with a wet sail. But they've attacked the other edge and got huge results from it.
We've got Watkins down for 16 runs. You know, he made his debut back in 2008. That's not too many years after you, Mike.
No.
You can still be out there.
No, Andrew.
It's a long while ago. Callum Watkins, this is a big day, big event for him too.
Wonderful player.
Yeah.
Changed from centre to second row. Absolutely a star of the competition.
LKR now, their fans, well, I don't know what they have a song at 40-0. It certainly wasn't in their thoughts at all.
Champione?
Ryan, you have to go and live there.
Yeah, well, listen, it's the rugby league capital of the country over in Hull. For people that don't know, it's probably akin to Newcastle in Australia, except you've got 2 clubs that are bitter rivals in that city that's sort of tucked away over there on the East Coast. Yeah. Going there is a pleasure to commentate on games. They absolutely love the rugby league. Any day of the week, you walk down the streets, the main streets of Hull, and they're going to be wearing either black and white or red and white jerseys.
Here we go again. Connor on the seat.
Here he goes.
Turns them inside out like a sock there. And up towards halfway.
But again, it's an audacious ball. Moving it deep inside their half, but to their left-hand side. And again, Sivo just takes 30 metres upfield.
Palliser's given tremendous value here for the Rhinos. Connor and Croft, the ball work. This is back to how they played. If you weren't with us at the start, first 10-15 minutes, they just played at a different pace to Hull KR. More gears about them. And they're back in that groove now. Last tackle. This is quite the show. They are representing the Super League Rhinos at the moment. Broadbent across there with a save. But that's pretty much all it can be at the moment. Starting sets deep inside their own half. So when earlier we were saying look for Lewis, look for Lytton, one of their big match players, now it's just look for anything. They will take anything now. The whole KR fans will take a penalty for a high shot.
You'd have to say they deserve nothing from this game. You know, at this stage, this has been dominant Leeds performance, brilliant in attack, and Brad Arthur, Mickey, you'll know all about this. He'll point to that 0 first and foremost, and he'll say you've kept all of them quiet, and Hull Kingston Rovers, the champions, scoreless. 7 line breaks to 0. If I gave you the run meters, I'll cover your ears, Hull KR fans. 1,200 metres plus for Leeds, 590 Hull KR. They're 30 away from the line. Back to Luckley. Big improver last year, Lytton on the run and a dummy. Trying to spark it up there. They can go deep and left, and then the run, it's almost as if, not quite in sync. The playmakers here. Lytton draws them in for May. Sevo came up. They find the man, Davies, and a brilliant tackle. Handley across there with Connor. On the last tackle, you got to be right on the money with these in goals. It's battered dead. In the vicinity of some of the best private boxes I think I've ever seen at a sporting venue, ground level.
Boy, this was beautiful catch and pass from Peter Hickok. But you talk about Brad Arthur and the moments that he'll focus on. Yes, he'll love the ball playing of Croft and Connor, but it's moments like that that will really steal Brad Arthur and his footy side towards where they're going to head at the end of the season. That's great defence on their goal line. 12 missed tackles for the Leeds Rhinos so far, 46 for Hull Kingston Rovers, and they've had to make over 100 more than the Rhinos. They'll have nothing in the tank for attack. Although that will help.
With the normal dimensions, that would have been out on the full from Miller.
Well, he's lost his compass a couple of times with his kicks, hasn't he? The start of the second half out on the full, and now out on the full with a dropout.
What I'd say about Lockie Miller is he's looking more and more like a rugby league player every game he plays in the Super League. He came as looking like a sevens player playing rugby league. Now he looks a comfortable league star.
He's had 17 runs in the game. Lytton turned it left. This may be their try. Finally, Hull KR. Joe Burgess nabs a 4-pointer. They have reason to sing. Hull KR are on the board, but it's taken 65 minutes.
Yeah, building some pressure, spending a bit of time down on the Leeds try line, and he's so dangerous, isn't he, near the try line. Mikey Lewis, great skill under pressure, never panicked from the jamming defence of Hall, and did a great job just to land the ball to Gildart. Cut off his left foot, got on the inside of the defence. Palliser had a great afternoon, he lunges late. But Burgess, we spoke, he's a great finisher, has been for a long time now, and he gets Hull KR on the board.
2 tries shy of 150. Joe Burgess. 65 minutes to get your first points in Vegas.
I've never been a coach. I don't want to be a coach. Mick, you're a coach. After we see what he does here, tell me what you'd want out of this if you're Hull Kingston Rovers, to at least get back on the plane with your head held somewhat high. What are you looking at? Another couple of scores?
Yeah, you'd like to think so, definitely. But Willie Peters will just want to see all those traits that make Hull KR the championship side that they are. Powerful through the middle, getting to their end of sets, possibly an early kick from Lewis that we saw in the first half, and really front-loading their energy defensively and trying to force Leeds into some errors, but they just haven't done it for long enough this afternoon. They haven't done it hard enough. They've come up with too many errors. Ill-disciplined at the ruck, and any time they've gone to build pressure, they've just released the pressure gauge. So they'll be chasing that. Here we go, a bit of ball movement now.
Yeah, away to Mormone. Just so viewers who don't follow the Super League closely, it's the wildest form line you could ever get. Their first game of the season is a Challenge Cup tie against Lock Lane. They score 104 points.
An amateur side.
An amateur side. Then they lose to York who are playing their first game back in the Super League. They lose by a point as the defending champions. Then they step up and beat the Broncos in a World Club Challenge and then find themselves in Vegas on the cusp of conceding 50.
I don't think I'm going to work with you again. We get no luck on these Super League games in Las Vegas, do we? We had a blowout last year as Wigan demolished Warrington, and we've seen the same from Leeds. I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to enjoy being in Vegas watching Rugby League. And like all the Super League fans that have come here in their thousands, they're all so excited about watching the NRL action that we've got to come.
Lewis kicks on the first, looking for Burgess and Ryan Hall. Well, that was daring. That was very much a Vegas with your last bet. The kick by Lewis on play one, and Hall came up with the ball.
Wait till you hear the reception here. So Brad Arthur's halfbacks come from the field. Jake Connor, the man of steel. Boy, what a performance he's turned in here under the bright lights of Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. He has been absolutely outstanding, walking along the in goal, about to walk in front of the Leeds fans. The reception will be incredible. Miller now dancing his way again through the whole KR defensive line.
He spends his time coaching his local amateur side. That's what he devotes his off time to. His family and coaching his local amateur side. He gets enjoyment out of it. It's an incredible contribution to rugby league for Jay Connor, and you're absolutely right. Wow, what a reception for him.
Croft, high ball for Broadbent. They've certainly got their spine sorted, the Rhinos, with Miller at the back, Croft and Connor. And then Levi now added to the mix. Ball turned over, look out. It's on for Handley, for Sivo! You can make it 4! 4 tries, Micah Sivo! Give him the keys to the city. Who's the mayor of Vegas? You need to beat this man. Brad Arthur now reveals the 2 aces.
You've got to try on
the
field.
Big smile.
Just confirm grounding.
It's sent upstairs to confirm the grounding. Micah Sivo. Welcome back to all rugby league fans everywhere.
You're a clairvoyant. I met in the car park yesterday, and the thing you were most excited about was the pie I gave you and seeing Maiko Sivo, getting to call him again, getting a chance to see Maiko now that he's in Super League.
Down towards the line now.
And there you go. Number 4.
Thank you for that Galloway's pie too. Shout out to Galloway's. But Sivo is a
star.
He makes you want to come to the game. What I said to you yesterday, Brian, what the people at Headingley will enjoy is as the ball comes his way, he doesn't even have to touch the ball. You get excited. You anticipate something is about to happen.
Brian, we saw the Leeds fans in full voice. Like for us as Australians, we love seeing that. But tell us what it'll be like, a performance like this against the reigning premiers, as dominant as it is, and an import like Sivo scoring 4 tries. What will his reception be like when he steps foot on Headingley?
It'll give all of them hope. They were in a rebuilding phase. Nobody likes that, you know, coaches, CEOs. But this is a Leeds Rhinos side that absolutely dominated Super League with Rob Burrow, with Danny Maguire, with Kevin Sinfield, with Jamie Peacock. And then they didn't quite fall off a cliff, but there was a couple of years of major disappointment. Made a grand final under Rowan Smith. But that was a blip, really. Another, it was a one-off occasion. Under Brad Arthur, it's been a slow build. If you can get the likes of Micah Sivo scoring like that, Leeds playing like this, and us filling Headingley, the whole of Super League benefits.
Tell us what it was like when Leslie Vanacolo, the volcano.
I'm not talking about that.
Well, you've
scored 5 against me one night. Yeah.
Well, are you having some nightmares? Are you seeing he has the potential to capture that?
Yeah. And Les had a brilliant Super League career, but thanks for bringing that one up.
Callum Watkins coming from the field. He's been absolutely outstanding. 4 tries for Micah Sivo this evening here. But there's been some star performers for the Leeds Rhinos, and he's certainly one of them. Callum Watkins on that left edge.
He's got time for more here. There's 10 minutes left here, and they're absolutely dominant. So they got to go for 50. I can't believe I'm saying it. Hull Kingston Rovers conceding 50 at Vegas.
I saw Vossi lose his absolute marbles one night when Alex Johnston got gifted 5. And we might just see another reaction, Andrew. You got something up your sleeve.
It's pacing.
Michael, I think I lost my marbles a long time ago. Working with you.
What, you're claiming that the ball's been pulled out?
46-6. Referee just explaining.
No, because that relates to speed. Yeah, but let me just explain to you, that would be related to speed. The ball would have to be pulled out. Because if it's related to speed, you're not going to get it. No.
School lesson.
Fuck off.
No sweat at 46 to 6. 10 to go.
Speed,
It's on the moan. Just having a little crack. Yeah. He knew what he was doing. It's been a brilliant week. From an English perspective, carried on from last year with Wigan and Warrington, the build-up, the experience, Fremont Street, the fan fest, the mixing with other fans from the NRL.
We got to work together. There's two big competitions in the world.
Yeah.
We need you, and I dare say when you see what the Super League fans can bring to an event like this, you could do with us. We got to work together as a sport.
Yep. Never
look after each other.
That's brilliantly put, Captain Carney. But it is so true. Rugby League has its moment here, and it's been even bigger and better than last year. The build-up, and Rhinos have matched the performance of Wigan last year, which was scintillating. So Rhinos outside their 30. Levi, I've been really impressed with Danny Levi. What a support role he's played in this game. Ben Littlewood is out there. This has got to be some moment for him. He's only 2 appearances last year, played 12 minutes against Lee in round 1. You're playing in Vegas, son. Ben Littlewood. Now wide.
I've really liked his work too, through the middle of the field. Jenkins.
Right for Croft, the bomb from 40 metres out. Broadbent has done all he can in this match. Let's go down to the sideline. In fact, Lara Pitt has managed to catch up with the Rhinos coach. Lara.
Brad Arthur, complete domination. Did you see this coming?
Oh, we trained really well during the week. Challenge the boys about showing our hunger. You know, we're up against the best. Like I said, they bring the best out in us, but I didn't want to put too much pressure on them, you know, around not playing a bit of footy, and you can see that we play a little bit of different style, and we've got some good players out there who back themselves tonight.
What about Marcus Evo? Bullet again out there.
I'm so happy for him. You know, it was a tough year for him last year. He moved his family to the other side of the world, and he had that injury, and we brought him over to score tries, and I think he's bagged 6 now in 2 games, so that's great.
Thanks so much for your time, Brad. Well done.
Thank you.
Brad Arthur, Rugby League man, head to toe, and they've got their chance. Hull KR for a second try, and straightened up. Miller's able to come up with an answer. Hicko's been left behind outside the 40.
A late hit.
A late tackle has been picked up
Going to be a penalty back here,
by the officials. They go 40 metres downfield, but have to bring it back to receive their penalty.
Mike Osivo hitting him. That's got to hurt.
He's on the run. Here it is. Watch the eyes of Mike Osivo. He turns the right shoulder in. Was that a bit of Vainicolo on Carney? Was that a touch of that?
Well,
Sorry to keep bringing it up.
Well, he would have the ball in his hands and trampled all over me, but that's yeah, rightly penalised by the referee. We'll give Hull Kingston Rovers some field position, but I think Leeds will chase another try here, Vossi.
Attention to detail there. They took the kick from 10 metres in advance of where the incident happened, but not to worry. Ball with Tom Lamone 30 metres out from the Leeds line. 7 minutes of the Super League show to go, and then NRL back-to-back. Newcastle Knights, North Queensland Cowboys, Bulldogs and Dragons. We're settling into a Saturday night in Vegas. Lewis hasn't been a factor today. It is 5:40 on a Saturday night in Vegas. You're watching the Rugby League live. Lytton for Minchella. The colours of the world champs has been well and truly lowered. They have it here 5 away. They may still reach double figures. Lytton will have a crack at them. Just rolled onto his back for him. Last tackle play it is. 6.5 to go. Leeds with a player down. Kick from Lewis. Looking for Burgess. And one hand was in there.
Yeah, I will now.
From Ryan Hall.
Yeah, there's no shot clock on this, Andy. Time off.
Can I pick up on a point you made to me pre-game? And I know this is the NRL season gets underway, round 1. Cowboys Knights, competition points here for Leeds. Hull Kingston Rovers have missed their chance for their first 2 of the season. But this is about more than that. This week, these games are about more than that for the game of rugby league that we love so much, and the thousands upon thousands of fans from both hemispheres that have mixed in the entertainment capital of the world and flooded it with rugby league jerseys.
Yeah, so what a great piece it was this week. We've just got time off at the moment. That to the British fans, this is your British Lions tour from Rugby Union. This can be that. This is a pilgrimage.
They're telling you, in their numbers, they want occasions like this.
Yes.
They're willing to save up and to travel and to support their club and to shout loud and proud about the game of rugby league. And I'll say the same about Knights fans, about Cowboys fans, Bulldogs and Dragons fans. This is it. Hull FC jerseys in the middle there, the black and whites, the biggest enemy of Hull Kingston Rovers, sitting in amongst those from the east side of the city.
That is a shot.
It is a rugby league occasion and such a special one. I never thought when I came over to England to play rugby league, I would be in a place like Las Vegas, commentating on this game and watching players with an opportunity to celebrate, to entertain on this stage. Listen to this.
Killer's getting a run in Vegas. The accompaniment is from the Rhinos supporters. They're smiling all over Leeds and parts around. They're still singing even without the music. Lewis almost alone. They passed a little bit in defence there. A little push. They kind of wanted to go on with it. Concedes another set. May turns his back and passes to Hiku. He's been down a few times in the match, Peter Hiku. He's slowly back to his feet. So in front of the Leeds fans, it's if they are. They cheer any Hull KR era. It's a hard watch for the Hull KR fans. May, they've had so many great moments. May runs out of ideas there. Kept to the line for Lewis on the 20. Can't find a runner. Gets it over the top. Sivo's going back and bounces it over the touch-in goal line.
Well defended. Oh, brilliant. What a comeback from injury. He's come up with some brilliant defensive reads, hasn't he? That's come off his wing, and that's judging that kick, diffusing that. Well done.
So again, what Brett Arthur said, his best is still 5-10 weeks away.
He said he challenged him when he picked up that injury at the start of last year. Before the Super League competition had started, he said, we're going to work on the weight. We're going to rehab the injury, and we've got to keep the weight in control. Mike Acevo did that for him. Brad Arthur says, yes, you've done everything to deserve a spot on this side, and the best is yet to come.
And Hull KR don't contest the line dropout. They switched off again there. A line dropout that went down the centre rather than to the corner. Now Hall gets a bumping run. So Hall, who has scored in Denver and Vegas, he's on an American tour. Where next for Ryan Hall? And just taken over the top by Batchelor. 25 away from the line. Overall, they've still had 56% of the ball. That line break count now back to 7-2. But it's the score line. Their next score will take them to 50.
Sell me 5 for Maiko and 50 for Leeds.
Okay. He's got the wager has been placed. No more bets. That's the gambling city. 15 metres away from the line. They're going to go left side. They're looking to shut it down. They do. The tackle on Hankinson there. Quick play, the ball almost too quick for them. Rhinos in search of the half century. Change of direction for Smith. He's had a lot of possessions in the game. He almost shrugged his way through there. So they'll just charge over. There's the 50. Raise the bat. Cooper Jenkins, one of the front rowers, scores a half century in Vegas. This is unbelievable for the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, you said it. I don't think Leeds can believe it. Hull Kingston Rovers can't believe it. The thousands and thousands of Super League fans can't believe it. But they've been absolutely dominant. And that's nothing less than Cooper Jenkins deserves. Mick pointed him out early in the game as a star. And that performance certainly deserves a 4-pointer.
They'll be watching the North Devils Leagues Club. It's a great club near the airport there up in Brisbane. The North Devils Leagues Club. He's one of theirs. He's got a try in Vegas. Cooper Jenkins.
You love that about sport as well, don't you? When the amateur clubs, the clubs that have raised these players and delivered these players to the professional teams, they should never be forgotten. Times like this, moments like this, occasions like this.
It must be said there have been some grim times for clubs in England. The collapse of clubs, of course. What's happened at Featherstone? I'm hoping to hear good things out of Halifax, although it's been a pretty rugged stretch. What's happened at Salford? The game needs to celebrate its big moments.
Absolutely. We got things to work on over there. There's no question about that. Far from perfect. But I truly believe the product is heading in the right direction. And as I said, I'll say it again, we got to work together for the betterment of the game of rugby league.
That must be hard to top. There's two blokes running giant flags in front of the whole KR fans. At 52 points to 6. No one saw this coming. No one at all. Not even the Rhinos fan that is, if you cut them open, they're blue and amber. They still wouldn't have thought they're going to score 52. 2 minutes to go, and the message set out to the likes of St Helens and to Wigan and to Warrington. We've put a marker down today. The Rhinos ball on the bounce. Here he goes. Micah, there's that fend. One more. Can he get one more?
Cramp.
41 away from the line. Rhinos. 52's enough. But the fans want reason to see a little more. I tell you what, we're going to have amazing scenes, the Leeds Rhino players, when they walk to that western end of the ground. They're through again. Stop the fight. Stop the fight. This is absolutely incredible from the Rhinos. He's got another one, Jenkins. He's channeled his inner centre or back row, and he's sprinted away to score. Only the clock will stop them getting to 60.
It can be an unforgiving game, rugby league, can't it? You don't bring your A game, you play against a side that have brought theirs, packed theirs, travel to Vegas looking to impress. This can happen to you. This is the whole Kingston Rovers side that hold all 4 trophies. That last week beat Michael Maguire's Brisbane Broncos, and they have been absolutely trampled by the Rhinos.
He's on the house of North Devils now. Wow, Jenkins. Now look, Brian, what was it like 1954 when Leeds put 57 on the whole KR side of 54? Do you remember that? Because
unlike you, I wasn't born then.
This is the most points ever scored by the Rhinos against Hull KR.
And this is a Hull KR side that have never known success like they currently have. Contextualise it, this is just a huge result, a phenomenal result. It'll resonate right across the Super League competition. You've mentioned Wigan, Saints, Warrington. Great starts to the season. York newly promoted, but Brad Arthur and the Leeds Rhinos, they have served notice on Super League.
Here's the kick for 58. Hankinson on its way, left footer, straight it goes. The Rhinos of the Leeds Club of 54 have been bettered here by the Brad Arthur Leeds Rhinos of 2026. You have some big shows and some big acts in Vegas, quite obviously. But headline billing in neon lights right now, the Leeds Rhinos. That is a wonderful performance. If you're allowed an encore, the crowd would probably want to see him go a little further. Micah Sevo, thank you. Thank you on behalf of Australian Rugby League fans for showing us again what you did for so many years at Parramatta. You put 4 tries here at Vegas. We'll never forget that. What a day and night, what a week for the Leeds Rhinos.
Absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Super League thanks the NRL for inviting them to occasions like this. Super League has brought its colour, its noise, its unrivaled colour and noise. And the Leeds Rhinos have brought, well, the most sensational of performances. I've worked up a thirst watching this one, Vossi.
Look at these scenes. Look
It's brilliant.
The Death Star here. Sivo is a huge story, but other individuals can be so proud of their performances. And I think a lot of Parramatta people watching right now would feel really happy for Brad Arthur. Anyone who knows Brad Arthur, who has crossed paths with him in their rugby league life, know this man lives and breathes the game. Even when he was a first-grade coach, he would still coach the junior side, the Rouse Hill Rhinos. Now this is a moment.
Watch
the
this.
Rhinos players, watch and listen this as they go down to the western end of Allegiant Stadium.
What a sight.
On the back of your neck, as good as you get there.
This is, they've all said it's special. They've all said it. Many of these have played at big stages. Ryan Hall, go back to his words. In that man's great career, he said this is the greatest stage he's played on.
And got a try. Ryan Hall, the wingers between them, 5 today. Ryan Hall and Micah Sivo. Lara Pitt is on ground with one of the heroes.
That Micah Sivo winning smile, we have missed that, Micah. Take us through what's going through you right now.
Focused throughout the week to come here to make a statement, and we did it tonight. The boys, every single one of us did our job tonight, so yeah, it's good.
You did that. You scored 4 tries at Allegiant Stadium. We know that you can score a try or 2, but this has to be among your career highlights.
I always said it's our job as a winger to finish those opportunities, so I did that tonight.
You're back with Brad Arthur at Leeds. What's that been like for you, especially after your ACL injury?
He's been strict with me. At the same time, he's been like a father figure to me, so it's good to have those kind of people in your corner, support you in your highs and your lows, so yeah.
You've put the rest of Super League on notice. What do you think you can do from here on in? This is just your second game for Super League and you've already scored 6 tries.
We're gonna take it week by week and hopefully keep getting the win and keep celebrating.
I know your family would be watching on. They'd be pretty proud of Dad right now.
My boys and my wife will be watching at home right now. If they're watching, I just want to send a quick message. Thanks for your support and your prayers, and our family too. In Oz and in Fiji, thanks for the prayers and stuff. Thank you.
Putting Fiji on the map. Congratulations, Micah. That was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Bonnie.
Incredible stuff there from Micah Sivo. What a powerhouse way to reintroduce yourself into the Super League. He absolutely hit the jackpot here in Vegas. 4 tries and an unstoppable performance, 58-6 the final score over the Rugby League World Club champions and the reigning Super League champions. What a shock as we welcome in Michael Ennis. What an incredible game that is. Matty Cooper, wowee. Matty, massive kudos. You picked this.
Well, look, Bonnie, you don't want to take it. Look, Leeds were fantastic. It's the best performance I've seen a Leeds side for a long, long time. But you have to say, whole Kingston Rovers have just come off. All those players, the biggest game of their lives. They were right up for that one, and you could just see today they're extremely vulnerable.
Yeah, Hull KR were flat. You could tell that from the word go. If there was a hit, a tackle to be made, it was always the Leeds Rhinos. Micah Sivo outstanding along with Ryan Hall, but Brodie Croft too. A couple of tries, ran the ball, did a really good job.
Wonderful result for Brad Arthur.
Yeah, fantastic for Brad. I got caught up with Brad at the hotel and he was really excited. You could see him pacing the hallways today. It meant a lot to him and it was the energy in the stadium. They just really sucked it in the lead side early on, got on top, couple of errors from Hull Kingston Rovers, some ill discipline, and away they went. I thought Jake Connor and Brodie Croft, absolutely fantastic.
Well, you can see the flyover here. The American anthem is being performed by Carnell Johnson. He goes by Golden Voice, and you can understand why. It is absolutely beautiful here. It is very patriotic at Allegiant Stadium. Rugby League is very much at home here, but we are tourists at the end of the day. What a wonderful scene. It is.
There's the flyover there.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Wow.
Honestly, the day just gets better. It is just getting better and better every single year here.